What it do, what it is, what and all. Welcome to another transit talk. This is the Peace Dealer. And thank y'all for joining. Shout out to those of you in the live chat. What's up, Chad? What's up, Bella? What's up, Dank Wizard, Meg, Becky Rose? How you doing, Lily626? Diane Nolan with the divine timing. What's up, Positively Trisha, Life Misspelled, Third Eye Angels, Bree Graham, Train, Isabella, Mark, Swirly777, Tiger Carolina. What's up, everybody? What's up, King Mitchell? Get it, Lynn. Yeah, I'm gonna be on your level after this broadcast, Lynn. That's for sure. But anyway, I think it's important to recognize, and thank you, Aaron, for the compliment. Yeah, how are you all feeling? Please feel free to comment below. You may be feeling pretty heavy. Your soul may be feeling quite a heaviness. This isn't for everybody. Some people have Jupiter connects, they can feel light. Shout out to those of you battling depression and a lot of negative emotions. This is a totally good sign, by the way. The energy. What's up, Sarah? How you doing? The energy that we have. What's up, Infinite T and Heidi? The energy we're going through right now, and it's very stressful. It's quite heavy, and it's okay. It's bringing up a lot of your subconscious and unconscious energies, but once again, there's a heaviness to this. Thank you, Swirly 77 or Emily. Thank you. This Venus and Scorpio transit is definitely one of those game changer transits. Usually transits will fall into transition transits where they kind of draw us to the next stage, or they're like game changer transits, or they're activating transits. So it's not just those three, but it's more so blended in this case. It's not just those three, though. There's so many different types. I got caught up with Matt's comment. The sadness feels almost addicting. Yeah, you are not alone, bro. It's a little bit different. Like, shout out to my Moon Saturn people, especially Moon in the 8th house. Moon in Capricorn, we can get addicted to melancholy. Like we kind of like sometimes we can sit in that depressive energy. Like if you were to feel a Moon in Capricorn's energy, if you were to feel like a Saturn moon or 8th house moon or a Pluto moon's energy, it's just hella dark. Like if you were to just go around them, you would think, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? Like you feel dead inside, or you feel really low. And it's like, oh no, that's just our normal state. Like that's us happy. Like we're not depressed. But it's like when you get into that deep depressive energy, it can kind of be addicting. It can kind of almost feel like, oh wow, I can sit here, I can chill here. And you can just kind of mull over and feed into that. So it's some of you are quite comfortable here. Like there's some of you who you're so used to being like not negative, but it's just like you're so used to being like melancholic or depressed. It's like whenever you get happy, you turn into Kanye West, you'll smile and you'll be like, you know what I mean? Like that's a water and earth sign moon thing. Like it's really important to know a lot of you aren't depressed. Like if you have a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer moon, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, that's your natural state. Like you're not That heaviness is how your soul feels. Not everyone's a Gemini or Sag or Leo moon, and inside they're like, you know what I mean? So like, shout out to my resting bitch faces over here, team RBF. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are channeling. Shout out to the Cap moon. Shout out to the Taurus moons. Shout out to the Earth and Water moons. You guys are processing and channeling a lot of negativity for others around you because they may not be able to displace that energy, and you can just kind of process it, especially if you Saturn moon or Cap moon. Like, it's like, well, we're already used to this anyway. So keep that in mind. Like, if you have those, don't think you're depressed. Like, some of you may think you're depressed when you're really not. You're really just processing negative energy. Now, if you have a light moon, if you have like a fire moon or air moon, this could be very stressful because this is really fighting to take your light, and not really just take your light because it's going to make the light shine brighter due to the stress, but it could be very, very, very difficult. You may not be used to just staying in depressed states. And I don't even want to call it depressed state because it's not really a depressed state. The heaviness that you're feeling is purging and clearing from your core at a heart level what makes you you. So a lot of you at deep unconscious and subconscious levels that you may not be aware of are processing deep insecurities, deep soul hurt, deep soul pain that doesn't just leave in a ceremony. The ceremonies we do to release don't really release all of the pain. It just gives you the attitude so that you know how to feel, as this process takes years. This is a Pluto transit where you're having to really purify and shed and just kind of transform subconscious and unconscious programming that you might have picked up through bad behaviors or just through getting brainwashed. So like, shout out to Heidi who feels other people's stuff and everything. This is not supposed to be an easy transit. Like, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling negative, and then Geminis, you're not really, Gemini moons, Geminis, and Cancers, you're not really in the clear either. If you've been feeling hella moody, how many of you have been feeling mad moody? How many of you have been feeling like happy one minute, and then especially Geminis, you yin yang apprentice Geminis or Gemini moons or Gemini risings, like you might notice you're switching between light twin to dark twin, very bipolar. Like, you'll probably have an inspirational thought, and then next minute you're all talking about screw these humans. Like, I hate this time here. Screw, everyone's so fucking stupid. And then you go back to like, okay, that was very insensitive. Like, I shouldn't really think like that. And then it's just like, nah, screw that. It's everybody else's fault. It's not my fault. Like, it's real out here. It's real out here. Okay, like, don't think you're crazy for that. This is normal. It is also very normal to hate humans, by the way, because a lot of people, there's actually more people in this world that are not human than are human. So what you're going to see during Pluto in Aquarius by 2024 is a large portion of humanity is not going to identify themselves as human. It's really just going to be earth signs. You're just going to see Virgos and Tauruses be like, I don't know what everyone else is on, but I know I'm human. Like, everyone thinks they're a god or an angel or whatever. And that's basically what Earth is supposed to do. The water signs, you're going to realize, oh shit, like, I'm really a mermaid. Like, I thought it was an idea, but I'm really a mermaid. Like, I'm really a water being. The air signs are going to be like, oh wow, like, I'm really an angel. Like, I'm really a celestial being. The fire signs are going to be like, oh my God, I'm really a god. Like, I'm really a god. Leo's going to be like, I knew it was a god. Aries is going to be like, I've always known I was a god. And then the earth signs are going to be like, yo, everyone else is on some bullshit. Like, water's crazy, fire's crazy, air's crazy. Taurus is going to be looking at Capricorn and Virgo like, what is wrong with everyone? Like, everyone thinks they so and they not. And it is what it is. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, Earth is supposed to be that real kind of like perspective. Seriously, like my younger sister, who's a Scorpio, she doesn't even believe, she won't even let me read her chart. Like she's quintessential Scorpio, Sagittarius moon. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, it's not the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But like, she will not let me know her time of birth. Tell me why before I was even into astrology, like she was all as a kid, like, oh yeah, when I turn into 18, I'm gonna transform into a mermaid. And she was dead ass serious. And it's like you talk to her about it now, and she acts like she never said it. She'll be, yeah, that's what I hate about you Scorpios. You just drop these secrets, and then you just act like it was never said. I try to talk to her about, oh, so what happened to your mermaid? Because later I learned about astrology, and I'm like, oh wait, Scorpio is all about transformation. My sister was probably trying to put me on. She had a near-death experience too. And now she's talking about this mystical stuff. And now she's acting like she never said it. Maybe she did. Maybe she is in mermaid. She a real Scorpio. She want to tell me her secrets. So I don't know what's up with y'all Scorpio. Because y'all want to tell people stuff, but y'all want to tell people everything. But then you will look in other people's diaries. Like you look into a Scorpio's diary, you're dead. You're dead. Like they will kill you. But then you come back home and then you see them digging in your diary, okay? And then you try and confront them and then they just throw the diary like, oh, so what? You're lucky I was looking at it. I don't get you, Scorpio. I really don't get you. I really don't get you sometimes. Like, y'all, it's not all of y'all. It's not all of y'all. I can say maybe it's the Sag mood in her that making her tripping, but yeah. Anyway, it's XOXO said, when is Twin Flame reunion? We're here right now, and I really mean that. As you asked that, the like button went to 44 likes, so that's a synchronicity. That's the whole purpose of this pure love reformation. Let's not even say twin flames. Venus in Scorpio is transforming your heart to prepare you for the divine and sacred unions that you're meant to enter in through Libra season. So keep this in mind. Please make sure to hit that like button if you are viewing below and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, keep that in mind, my friends, because Scorpio is purity. So if you have a moon in Scorpio, you have a pure soul. If you have a sun in Scorpio, you have a pure spirit. If you have a Venus in Scorpio, you have a pure heart. And this transit is all about reforming the pure love in our hearts, okay? This transit is going to last from now till January of next year because we're having a retrograde in Venus and Scorpio. So when I talk about really establishing divine partnerships with twin flames or soulmates, you have to understand what I mean by this is we're talking about the sacred combination between you in a spiritual sense and not necessarily in strictly a physical sense. So I ask many of you to detach to, it's easy for me to say this because I'm a Venus in the 12th. So Venus in the 12th can literally be with like thin air, but like they ground this celestial energy through other people. So it's like an abstract connection. So it's easy for people like us to understand, but I would like for you to detach from a simplified version of this, because the love that you're connecting to is more etheric. Once we go past Scorpio, we're talking about more abstract and also more collective energies as we get closer to Aquarius. And especially with Mars that's in Aquarius, that'll be squaring this, you have to really be okay with this hot and cold dynamic. Scorpio and Aquarius sex is so addicting. Like Scorpios and Aquarius that have sex together, it could be very addicting. They can also clash. Sometimes the Aquarius may not be as involved emotionally as the Scorpio may want to, and it can be too extreme for Aquarius. but those energies together make for such an electric sexual experience. Okay, I'm a Gemini sun. The thing here is, for those of you who are wanting to connect with a sacred partner or a twin flame, you have to be able to connect fundamentally to the elements and to the energy around you, because in some cases, many of you may manifest this physical individual, but you'll find if you don't have the basis correct, it could actually, they can come in your life and then they can come out your life. So let me explain this. And Brett Dickinson, I really might need me a Pisces. I'm not gonna lie, like I might have to find me a Pisces, because y'all Pisces are on one. I have no idea. You 12 housers, you Pisces are on one for real. You're magic, just like damn. But anyway, just like I said, Loiza, the union comes from within. So I want to repeat something that I said a long time ago, and that's basically to hold in that feeling, hold in that pure feeling in your heart of what love is meant to be for you. Twin flames are supposed to be distant in the fourth and fifth dimensions. Once again, I want you to think of the twin flame relationship as like the company presidents, right? And where the company presidents, the twin flame relationship, let's say, takes place on the 12th dimension, and we're here at 3D to like 6D. So you do not necessarily take part in a twin flame connection. You have a sacred union, you have soulmates. But the reason why I want to abstract this look about soulmates is so that you don't get so fixed on looking for a soulmate. You don't get so fixed on wondering, is this person my soulmate? Is that person my soulmate? You will know if someone is a special partner for you because you'll be focused on what you purely love and what your destiny and mission is. And you will see how they align. This is the reason why I say, and Aaron Danya, great question. If you have a twin flame, anyone who has a twin flame, it's a keyword for saying that they have a Gemini soulmate in the simplest version of the word. Now, if we're talking about someone else who is you in another body, we can akin that to a sacred partner. You know what I'm saying? Some people would call that a twin flame, but you have to understand it's not as simple. And I'm not talking to just you. This applies to all of you. It's not as simple as just like labeling somebody else and saying, oh, that's my twin flame, because we're talking about a higher energetic construct that just takes place of you as a human vessel to express itself. Shout out to the Geminis in the building. Once again, the whole purpose of this union is to really have you walk independently. Is to transcend you from the need of codependency. So it's like twin flame is pretty much the umbrella term. Yeah. So it's like many of you are wanting to enter codependent relationships with the twin flame when your twin flame is actually someone who's supposed to free you up from that so you could really be self-dependent. But it's interesting because once again, you want to hold a vibration. For example, if you hold the vibration of feeling the relationship as it's already manifested, which will be the homework for you to do and to build up in, and then a partner comes in that can manifest, a partner comes in that you vibrate, that fits and aligns with the vibration of the relationship you're manifesting. What some people do to make a mistake here is they stop maintaining that vibe. So let's say you really start to change your attitude and behavior, which many of you will do. Like the beautiful thing about this Venus and Scorpio transit is that by the time it goes into Sagittarius, many of you will have kicked codependent habits. This is going to take a lot of old habits in love, a lot of old faux pas in love, and a lot of you are going to be breaking through. So this is why this transit is going to hurt for some of you. This transit is going to hurt for many of you who are in denial, okay? And it's one thing if you know how to color out the lines, but you know you're coloring out lines. But for some of you who may not necessarily get the hint or get the picture or are really focused on what you're supposed to do, this transit could really hurt. And the more painful it hurts you, the more reward that you're going to have for your true love. All right, the true love you're meant to have. Like after this transit, Venus is going to be in Sagittarius, where Jupiter is going to be in Sagittarius. Yes, darling, I'm definitely doing a super chat. Jupiter is going to be in Sagittarius, so you have to understand your heart is going through purification so it can be freed up. Once we step into January and Venus is in Sag, you're going to see all the possibilities. Some of you are confused because it's like, I'm starting to notice that I have very good potential with other people. And it's like, who do I choose? Who do I choose to be with? Some of you start having mini midlife crises. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be young enough. I need to get married. I need to have kids. That is all a lie. That is all a lie. None of you need to get married. None of you need to have kids. All you have to do is love. And this is why this is going to be a painful ass transit for some of you, because there are certain traditional aspects to marriage, relationships, and love that Venus and Scorpio is going to throw all out the window. So you can have them as like beliefs, you can have them as values. I'm not telling you what I believe. So disclaimer, I'm not telling you what I believe. My Venus is in Taurus. I believe in monogamous relationships. I believe in getting with someone, like, even though I'm a Gemini and I'm all about polyamory to a degree, I want to be in a monogamous relationship. So I'm not trying to tell you this out of, oh, I don't believe in marriage. No, I'm Moon and Cap. I'm very traditional. Like, I definitely want to court a woman for a couple of years, show her to my parents, show her to my friends, probably marry her. But even me, I'm going to have to make very realistic observations. A lot of what I learned traditionally about marriage, a lot of what I learned traditionally about dating, that's not going to fly anymore, because now we're in a postmodern society where our grandparents didn't have options, but we do. So it's like, yo, the whole map of how you even explore love, a lot of you are about to go on an adventure of love. And this is going to really force some of you to connect with different people. Venus in Sagittarius wants you to connect with different people. Like Venus in Gemini, it doesn't want you to commit in love with different people. It wants you to experience different possibilities, so that through a Venus in Sagittarius transit, you get to connect with maybe 3 or 5 different people, and you learn different parts of yourself. You realize how certain people bring out different parts of your amazing energy. Okay, but before that, you need to really purify your love. And let me tell you why. Because if you go into Venus, when we go into Venus in Sagittarius, you're going to have so many opportunities to whore it out. And that's what I love about Sag. Like, not every Sagittarius is a whore. Not every Sun in Sagittarius is a whore, but Sag is like the whore of the zodiac, period. In a good way, in a good way. I'm not saying that to shame. Like, if I wanted to slut it up, if I wanted to go out and I wanted to actually like have fun, I'm looking for a Sag. Like, they will bring you sex like that. If you want to know, if you want to have sex, like, go out with a Pisces, go out with a Sag. Like, it'll just happen. Or Aries. So it's a good thing. But the thing is, the reason why some of you aren't going to just be having sex with everyone you see Venus and Sag is because of Venus and Scorpio. You need to learn pure love, so that when all the energy comes through, when all the energy might tempt you as a sextiles Lilith in Aquarius, you already passed the Venus and Scorpio. You reformed your pure love to where it's like, before you have all this opportunity. Because let me tell you something. A lot of you who've been going through dry spells, a lot of you who might not have been the most lucky when it comes to sexual relationships, the theme about Venus and Sag, Jupiter and Sag is sexual liberation. So everyone around the world is getting some, period. Everyone around the world is getting some. Even older people are getting some. Like, that's the energy. It's just to really passionately express, multiply, all that. But if you don't have purity in your heart, you're just going to be connecting with everyone. Venus and Scorpio wants to remind you, hey, sex is sacred, love is sacred too. Sagittarius can love everyone, but that's because Sagittarius can be pure in that love sometimes. But some of you are going to learn how to be able to connect with others while not just loving everyone. If that makes sense, Venus and Scorpio is going to remind you how to find your own inner purity in love, how to really remember that your body is a temple, and like who you intimately connect with it's a lot deeper than, just cuddling with somebody. So shout out to those of you typing your dry spells. Like Sagittarius is going to fight you to end your dry spell. Some of you are really going to be running from sex. Like this is the time we're entering. And that's just because a lot of this sexual energy is going to trigger and facilitate a lot of the supernatural evolutions. The reason why during this period into next year, and it's not just starting in Sagittarius, the sex is going to start now. Like there's going to be high sexual activity. How deep is your love, like Heidi says? And the reason why there's going to be high sexual activity is a lot of you have upgraded your light bodies. A lot of you have really upgraded. A lot of you were in dry spells because Saturn and Pluto were doing heavy construction on your vehicle. Let's say that the spirit of your body is a vehicle that you can turn on, right? Your Mars is your throttle. Mercury is like your GPS signal and all the car's like functions. And then Saturn is like the engine, but once again, Mars is the accelerator. And you're whipping it. Venus is the music you're playing, like the aesthetic of your car. And some of you were going through a lot of upgrades. Some of you were changing the engine over many years. And having sex while you're going through construction can really corrupt energies. If the energy is not pure, it can make you really emotionally unbalanced. Okay. And so some of you have already gone through the upgrades, but it's just like your car has not been charged for a long time, if that makes sense. I know, because I've been through a dry spell myself. Yeah, I've been through such a dry spell. The universe had to send a Sagittarius to get me sex. It was that bad. Like if it didn't happen, my dry spell would be even longer. Like it's so like the universe had to send a Sag. I wasn't expecting it. I was just gonna cop some weed from my Sag friend. He ended up bringing weed and someone else. If you feel what I mean. But the whole thing about it was like universally ordained because I wasn't even thirsty for it. Like I was almost trying to act like weird, and it's like my side. You could see the universe working through my side. Like take her in that room right now. And just end your dry. So I was like, God damn, I'm sorry. Almost like I was getting in trouble for not having sex. So the universe has your back like that too. Like if you don't have sex for a while, like it's just gonna happen. So my Mars is like square Uranus. Sex for me has always been unpredictable. Like I've never planned it. It just kind of happened. But I don't, it's also because I'm a hermit. I don't go out to like find it like I should, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this is going to happen again. So just keep that in mind because once again, a lot of you have kind of connected and upgraded your car. But what happens when you haven't started a car in a long time? What happens when you haven't started a car in a long time? It won't start. And some of you, your energy centers have been so dormant, mine included, and you're probably starting to go crazy. Okay, shout out if you're going a little crazy because you ain't been having sex a little bit. Like it's real out here. It's real out here. Day 50 with no sex, and you're just looking at the ceiling like they're clouds. But it is what it is. For some of you, sex is that charge. It's like you have to connect with someone else. That's why some of you, if you wonder why sex just kind of keeps coming, it's because it's like it's See, some of you are kind of looking at it the wrong way. It's like you want attachment so much, the universe keeps sending you one night stands and you think it's temptation. The universe keeps sending you one night stands and it's like, no, don't attach to that one night stand. The one night stand or the sex is to charge your Merkaba. It's kind of like how if you need someone to jump your car, and this is still under the premise that sex is sacred and you shouldn't just have sex with anyone. But some of you are needing to jump your car. Does that make sense? It's like when you ask someone to jump your car, you don't just call them up every time you need to jump. You may never see that person who jumps your car again. You catch my drift. And for some people it may seem random, but they may have compatibility. They may have a sun on your moon that will really recharge your energy. So this is going to have you, some of you guys are going to be having sex and feeling the magical abilities of sex. For example, once again, like I don't have a lot of sex, so I didn't really, and I know that's going to change. I'm a late bloomer, so hopefully, I'll probably get a partner or something. But yeah, like I would say one of the last times I had sex, which was probably like a couple years ago, which is kind of sad to say, maybe not last year, like I noticed I didn't have to eat. I had no idea. All you people who be having sex, I'm missing out. Like, how do y'all be living? How do y'all be living? Like, I have no idea. I had no idea sex was so like magical like that. Like, I did not have to eat once. And it's almost, and a lot of this has to do with compatibility. That's honestly the next stage I'm going to get to, especially in my 30s. Like you could, if you have sex with someone who has like their Mars on your Venus or your Sun on your Moon or a sextile, there's certain energy centers you can activate through the compatibility. And so it just really opened my mind. Like I had no idea. Like I'm truly an old soul because it's just like, wow, is this what you whippersnappers be having fun having sex like that? Like, it's like a whole new world opened up. But I realize a lot of that is because of the shifting of Pluto. And as Pluto moves forward into signs, of course, the potency of sex does too. So someone just said sex does not equal love. This is too true. Okay. The reason why Venus in Scorpio is going to bring a lot of sexual encounters is because Venus is Scorpio, the way that they love is through the act of sex. Like when a Venus in Scorpio loves you, they're going to fuck the shit out of you. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. They're going to sex you. They're going to take your soul out of your body. Like this is how and that's why it's so difficult for Venus in Scorpio, because for sex to be an indicator of love, it's too much to be vulnerable to just have sex with the wrong person. So Venus in Scorpio can be very jaded because they'll have sex with someone to prove that they love them, but then that person was just using them for sex. And so it can make them very closed off and the sex is very intense. So this transit is going to really transform a lot of how you gain intimacy through love by grounding this through sexual experiences. And we're going to do a ritual, a very simple ritual to call in a sexual partner, okay, to help alchemize these energies. Because Chiron is going to be retrograding back in Pisces. The trine that Venus will be making to Chiron and Pisces is going to bring a lot of sexual healing. And a lot of this sexual healing is going to heal very deep, complex emotional trauma that some of you may have had by getting abused, harassed, and molested, that literally makes it uncomfortable for you to be touched. Every time you're touched, every time you're close to someone, you feel that pain. You feel that horror of probably the last time you got molested. You feel that pain of the last time your power was taken from you. That's the purpose of this Venus and Scorpio transit, to confront those demons, to confront those insecurities, to confront that pain, and transform it. And so I'm going to say one more time, this is going to be very painful for some of you, because once again, I'm trying to tell you, perhaps I don't want to get too biased here. Personally, for me, I prefer monogamy. I prefer intimacy. I prefer, a one-on-one thing. But what the planets don't care about that. The planets are getting you ready for Pluto and Aquarius. The planets are getting you ready for the new age in Aquarius. By the time Venus enters Sagittarius, Saturn will be in the second decan of Capricorn. So Venus doesn't care about who you love. Venus in Scorpio right now doesn't care that you have this incredible crush on somebody who doesn't even talk to you and who you've been trying to get to notice you, and it hasn't been working. Venus doesn't give a damn about that. Venus cares about, realistically, who you can connect to really now. Because what Venus and Scorpio in a transit like this teaches you is that the pure love you can connect with is internally focused, not on what you see on the outside of people. And so the reason why this transit is going to hurt for a lot of people is because certain dreams you've had, certain kind of conceptions on love are going to be broken down. Certain facets that you thought love was supposed to be like, they're just going to really fall on itself. I know for someone like me, it's going to be good because I wasn't really attached in the first place. But for some of you who are very attached, like you can't go a day without thinking about love. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't necessarily, like it's not going to be bad for some of you. It's not going to hurt for some of you. For some of you, it's going to be the opposite. For some of you, it's like you've been trying to shake this feeling. You've been trying to kind of release some of this. And this transit is going to help you release. And it's going to finally free up a lot more of your attitude and behavior to help you connect intimately. Another thing about this Venus and Scorpio is it's going to really awaken your, I'm not buying a man dinner unless he's giving up the goods. K. Martin, that is gangster. That is gangster. Let them know. That is hilarious. But another thing that's another thing that's important about this is that some of you are going to get your sexy back. Like the whole purpose of Venus and Sagittarius is getting your swag back, taking your shirt off and going out and being like, what's up? I'm here, pot belly and all. Like, you don't even have to have abs. Like Venus and Sag is wild like that. But Venus and Scorpio is that internal sense of sexiness, where it's like you can stand your own. You can feel into that intimacy. You can feel into that, you know what I mean? The key word is fire is hot. You ever see a Leo or Aries or a Sagittarius and it's like, I need to rip your clothes off. Like even on social media, women with fire or men with fire energy, they're always posting topless. They don't wear any clothes. That's not a bad thing. They shouldn't be shamed for that because that's the essence of fire. It's hot. It's like, look at me, get horny over me, get hot. They be tempting people. That's what they're supposed to do. It's sizzling, hot, right? And then Earth is beautiful. Earth just has this like beauty to them. So it's not like they're sizzling hot, but they're still gorgeous. It's just like this beauty. It's just like, wow. It's almost very grounding. It's like you can sit and watch it like a portrait, like Mona Lisa, right? Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And some of them are mixed. You might see someone who's earth fire. So they're beautiful, but they're hot too. Or you know what I mean? Water is sexy. So earth is beauty, but water is sexiness. But before I get to water, air is dope because air might not be hot conventionally. Air might not necessarily be beautiful, but they're cool. And air is all about the coolness of your personality, which could be sexy. So if you see someone has strong Libra, Air, Aquarius, or Gemini, maybe they may not be the hottest person or the most beautiful person unless they do, because I know air signs who are beautiful and hot because they have air, they have earth, and it's like, oh my goddess. But what's cool with air is even if they don't have water, earth, or air, their personality is sexy. They can just conversate with you. They're smart as hell. And that smartness is like a sapiosexuality you could tap into. So each element has their own indicator of attraction. And water is sexy. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, they just have this like inner sexiness. When you look in their eyes, it's just this receptive feminine quality that's just like, oh, do I need to cuddle and kiss you right now? Like you're just hella sexy. You're hella watery. You look like you're about to be dripping wet. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's really hard to explain too because it's very subtle, and it's a little bit like fire. It's just not as hot, right? So Venus in Scorpio is going to transform your inner sexy before you really step into your hotness and your shining hotness. Okay, but the important thing here, when I say that you're going to manifest sexual partners, some of you are going to get into sexual relationships with friends with benefits, with current boyfriends or girlfriends, where you actually start to like have deeper sex with them, husbands, wives, right? Or this does not have to be physical intercourse. When I say sexual partner, this sexual partner could be a Tai Chi or a tantric sex routine that you do with yourself, where you really manage your sexual energy over a number of days, and your sexual partner is the sexual discipline that you withhold. Now, it's important because the moon is on Jupiter in Scorpio right now. So tonight, we're going to come into considerable secrets on how to transform our essence. This is the one time right now where the moon is conjunct Venus and Jupiter. Venus isn't exactly conjunct, but we're not going to see Venus, moon, and Jupiter together like this for a while. I mean, the next time will be during the retrograde, but that doesn't necessarily count. So right now, let us sow the seeds, okay? I want you to set the intention right now to manifest your true sexual partner. Okay, this is going to be very simple. You could pull the energy in your heart. Now, the reason why this is going to be manifesting in a partnership sense is because the energy right now is going to go from Virgo to Libra. So you're going to set the intention to manifest a sexual partner as soon as tonight. The reason why we can bring this urgency tonight is right now as we speak, Venus is opposite Uranus in Taurus, and it's square the North Node in Leo. So every single one of you are already manifesting a sexual partner. But when I say sexual partner, it doesn't have to be an actual person, because for those of you who want to, it will manifest, but you have to look at the details with Virgo season, because you're going to get the clues to how to walk that path. Now, interesting, why sexual partner versus soul partner? You may find that the sex partner is a soul partner, but it's not really a distinction. The reason why I'm saying sexual partner distinctly is because we're looking at this more functionally, where we're just talking about a partner who you can trust, who can hold space for you to charge up and rev up your energies through intimacy and through sex. Okay. Now, some of you may set this intention, and an old friend starts coming back in your life, and you might never have physical intercourse with that person, but you start talking to that person in a much more deeply intimate way. And over the next couple of weeks, you start talking about deeper stuff that's close to you. That's a sexual partner. That's your manifested sexual partner. Because some of you are not in a position to have sex right now. And so it's not just going to come simply as sex, because this is just to activate the Venus and Scorpio energy. Okay? Keep that in mind. So let's just take 10 breaths right now to just set that intention. And then I'm going to talk about this opposition right now. Okay? For some of you, this sexual partner is going to be your supernatural energy. Some of you, the manifestation of your sexual partner is you activating the force and your actual Kundalini energy is going to emerge. Like I said, your subconscious will, and you're going to be incorporating that. Some of you, your sexual partner could be multiple people. So don't feel like you're a whore if you're connecting with multiple people. This is where you have to be true to your heart, and you have to ask yourself, are you having a pure connection with each person? But this is why I'm saying some of you might be hurt, because some of the traditional aspects of love you felt we're meant to have are going to be thrown out the window, where it's like you might have to connect with different people, or someone you like might have to connect with other people, and you can't attach to them. You can't necessarily be codependent, where you kind of let certain people affect your emotions because you just feel like you can't live without them. Any of you who feel like you can't live without someone else, this transit will literally break your heart, just to prove to you that you can't have that very unhealthy attitude. So anyway, shout out to David, who says my only sexual partner is my hand. Don't play, bro. That's a viable sexual partner. You know what I'm saying? I know a little bit about that too. Like it's very serious though. Like, especially for some of you who are very personal. A lot of you might really fap a lot, and it's more the quality of how you do that will change. So there's honestly nothing that's off bounds here. But let's kind of sit with our energy. I want you to imagine Venus in Scorpio and Uranus. Imagine a Venus and Uranus glyph on your head, just kind of sending energy down to your soul, and breathe it in. And now it's just that simple. I set the intention to manifest tonight my sexual partner, okay? And just release it and let it go. So release the need to be with anyone. It's not that after you release it, don't go like, is that my partner? Is that my partner? Just let it happen. For a lot of you, what's going to occur is you may come into a book about how to conserve your sexual energy. You may come into resources you already have. Let me send this to Dominic right now and summon the summoner, because that is fam right there. So anyway, yeah, the power of the subconscious mind. There we go. Some of you may have already implemented some stuff too. Some of you, your sexual partner could be celibacy as well. So it's contradictory, because I'm saying sexual partner, but it's not necessarily distinctly about sex. It's about intimacy. Once again, your sexual partner could be someone of the same sex that you just play chess with over this transit, but it's the intimacy. Now, let me tell you the reality. Okay, so just release this, release the intent. Okay, the intent is important because the North Node is involved. So what's occurring right now with this opposition with Venus and Uranus is your heart is transforming. Your heart is actually awakening. This opposition has coincided with the conjunction that Venus made to Uranus 6 months ago. Okay, so there's going to be a clash. Some of you in existing relationships or new people, let me just tell you right now, a lot of people all over the world are going to be connecting over the next 2 weeks, starting today. Venus opposite Uranus is instant manifestation of relationships, but it can bring a lot of one-night stands if you're not aligned. So the thing here is, Venus opposite Uranus is unexpected connectivity in relationships. But if you're not living your truth, if you're not focused on your mission, what's going to happen is the love is going to come in and it's going to go out. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be focusing on your mission, you're going to be focusing on your mission, and then the love comes in and you're not focusing on your mission anymore. It's like you're just focusing on your partner. And it's like, oh, I love you. Yay, I got my love. Yeah, I finally had, because when this comes in, it's going to be so deeply satisfying. It's going to be incorporating grand water trines. We're in a grand water trine right now. And actually, we're not, because there's nothing in Cancer. Unless you have Cancer energy, we're still trining. And so this can knock you off guard. And and for some of you, for the first time in a long time, you're connecting with someone who has amazing chemistry with you. And it's like, wow, this is amazing. However, this is a test to see, okay, when this comes through, are you going to forget about your mission, or are you going to just forget that? For those of you who do that, because it's okay to lose yourself and be happy. This is going to be deeply satisfying. This is a cycle that many of you worked for. And this is not, and it's totally, for those of you who are going through a Saturn return, it's your Saturn return that's bringing in this relationship so that you can work on a project. Especially if you checked out my Patreon and you saw the love reading, you know this week is bringing in a relationship for many of you. Now, the thing is, a lot of the relationships for many of you can start off with people who are friends. So if you just recently met new friends, if you're recently meeting new people, be mindful that this can turn into way more than just friends. Also, be mindful that some of you can get romantic with people that you're just meant to get romantic with, because you're going to rev the fire within each other before you both get with other people. So anyone that you get with, do not be super attached with. I am promising you. Saturn takes like 2.5 years to return because it goes through the whole project. I am promising you, for those of you who don't want to talk to exes or to connect with exes, they're going to come back, and they're going to come back better than ever. And it's going to be tempting. But for those of you who are wanting a new love, for those of you who are wanting a real love, a true love, a pure love, just focus on it. It's coming in. You don't have to look for it. The thing is, now listen, like a lot of you were born with Pluto, quincunx the sun, or opposite your sun, or square your sun. So the whole notion that some of you may have been single for a while is actually normal. The whole notion that some of you have had dry spells, the whole notion that some of you, it's been difficult to connect with a partner, that's totally normal, okay? We just did a ritual right now to attract your most compatible soulmate. So don't be surprised if they come through. The challenge 6 months ago was maybe initiating a relationship, but you just opened the doorway with this new moon in Virgo to do so. So trust me, this also applies to those of you who are married or in relationships. For those of you in relationships with people, for those of you who have boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, your sex life is going to very deeply evolve. The quality of sex that you guys are having is going to be a lot more. Some of you may have stopped having sex. That's going to come back. And this is not just effortless sex, though, because here's the context of this. This is a pure love reformation. There are aspects of your ego that need to die. There are unconscious shadow aspects of yourself you need to release. And so the reason why you need to attract a sexual partner is because it's only intimate sexual partners who are able to see certain parts of yourself that are vulnerable. You don't have sex with friends. You don't have sex with sisters and brothers. Well, not everyone. You don't have sex with teachers. So in every other area of your life, you do not interact with people in an intimate way to where they can cuddle with you and actually help release vulnerabilities. You not everyone gets with a Scorpio who can actually work on those parts with people. And so this is why you're manifesting a sexual partner. It's not because, oh, I've been lonely, I've been I've been single for so long and I want to be with a sexual partner. And then the universe just sends you one. This is why I said this is going to hurt for some of you, because some of you might feel used by the universe. And it's like the universe wants to evolve, like you're going through a supernatural evolution. So from Pisces season to Gemini season, we evolved our idea of our supernatural power and the attitude of how to see it. From now to Virgo season, we have emerged this in our behavior to where our lifestyle is starting to align with our power. Now, from now to Sag season, you need to have the nuclear, plutonic, sexual energy to jumpstart your body and to bring that energy out and to actually activate your energy with other people. Libra, Scorpio, Sag, sex. This is where the occult nature of sex comes into play, where some of you weren't ready to have this sexual energy. And this doesn't have to be activated by just sex, by the way, just intimacy. Some of you weren't ready for that because you were going through internal stuff within your heart. And so this is where some of you may feel betrayed. Some of you may feel that during this Venus and Scorpio transit, you connected with a sexual partner, you were having chemistry, and then Venus went into Sagittarius, and now this little whore just went and now they're having sex with other people. And it's like, I thought we really had something. I thought we really were developing something. I thought finally this person that I was trying to get with for so long, I thought we were finally gonna be. And no, honey, you messed up by attaching to it. Like, just experience everything day by day and be grateful for it, but don't attach to it, especially if it's new. This is different for those of you in relationships. For those of you in relationships, Venus in Scorpio is reforming your pure connection. Some of you will be starting from scratch, going back to the stuff that made you all fall in love with each other again. Those of you who are getting into new connections, many of you, it's going to be with certain friends. Some of you may start connecting intimately with friends that you didn't really see that way, but it just kind of happens. And this is because your subconscious minds are not like your egos. Your subconscious minds don't give a damn about how someone looks. Your subconscious minds don't really give a damn about someone's social standing. Sex to them is energy. They just see energy, okay? So some of you might start getting with your friends and you're wondering, is there anything between me and this person? No, there isn't. It's just because you need someone to have sex with so that they can intimately connect and you can have a much more intimate connection. Like anyone who has any intimate connections are winning right now. So for some of you who don't have any, the universe and spirit flows by least resistance. So the universe isn't just going to handpick the perfect partner for you. The universe is going to be like, hey, this person needs some sex, do some. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be very detached like that. So don't attach. This is why I'm saying when this energy comes in, you still need to focus. For those of you who want to build something, if you're focused on your mission, then anyone that comes in will not just leave like that. A. Marshall asked a very good question. What if we don't connect with anyone? First of all, I read that as what if we don't want to connect with anyone? Because if some of you don't want to connect with anyone, then the door will be closed. But be careful, because it's going to be hard to curve everyone. For those of you who are wanting to curve, it's going to be hard. Now, for those of you who don't connect with anyone, it's impossible. This is a good question. Every single person watching this, 100% will connect with someone. Every single person. This is why this is a very pivotal process. Venus in Scorpio is occurring during this very amazing transition. And it's also a game changer transit because when Venus goes into Sagittarius in January, Saturn's going to be in the second decan of Capricorn. Uranus is going to be coming out of Aries. Chiron is going to be in Pisces or coming back into Aries. All right, so we're getting ready for the next stage where we're moving forward our supernatural power. And this has a lot to do with aligning with the connectivity and the friends that we have and that we're able to, once again, not just connect with, but also, come through. Looks like Dominic might come through pretty soon. He's like, who summoned me? But anyway, the reason why this is important is It's very important that the intimacy, and trust me, some of you, it's just going to be like, wow, it's here. It's finally here. And you can't have that attitude, because just because you're seeing it physically doesn't mean that it's finally here. It's already been there because you started from inside. So trust me, please, if there's anything you get, shout out to 600 plus people watching. If there's anything you get from this, when you connect intimately and sexually, as will every single one of you, trust me, some of this is going to take you by surprise. Some of you are just going to be minding your own business, and like the most gorgeous person connects with you. And it's like, is this a dream? Is my dream coming true? And it is, but you cannot get attached to it. You have to take it day by day. You literally, ooh, shout out to Lady Snake Priestess who got laid last night. And this is important. Any of you having sex now, you have to know that your body is magnetizing this energy so much more powerfully. So the sexual energy that you take from that sexual experience, you need to apply it to your mission. Okay? What some people are going to do is they're going to get too addicted to the Scorpio energy. And Scorpio requires self-control, because some of you can just have sex all the time. The negative side to this is just connecting with this intimate partner all day, every day. And then you're not focusing on your mission because, oh, I can't stop thinking about this person. Oh my God, I can't stop. Like, we had the time for that. The time for that was the last few years. If some of you had to deal with that because you had to be aware of this subconscious influence, now you're able to release it. XOXO said, so should we have sex or not? You better have sex. What the hell? If some of you guys crave the sex, your spirit guys are going to be like, oh. Now, don't have sex if you don't have a heart connection. That's my rule. If you don't have a heart connection with someone and it's just lusty, it is not worth it to have sex. But if you have a heart chakra connection with someone, it is always worth it to have sex, even if it's with someone else. Like that makes it okay. Okay, so keep that in mind. Shout out to those of you who actually have. Some of you are ungrateful. Some of you are so ungrateful. Some of you can just go on your phone right now. You can just make dick appointments. You can just hit up whoever you want. Like, I think I want to have sex today. Who am I going to have sex with right now? You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all aren't really sex deprived. Like you especially you ladies, like you can literally just have sex with whoever, and you out here complaining like your life ain't that good. Like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I only have friends. I have money. I can have sex with whoever I want. I have more money. I have friends. My life is so miserable. I wish somebody could come sleep with me tonight. And then you have like 53 DMs of just people who want to get with you. And it's like, how come the one I want doesn't want me? Oh, please. Oh, please. Meanwhile, we have real sex deprived people out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like we lucky if someone even looks our way. You know what I'm saying? And you're just pouring out water, and we're just in a drought. Like, it's just like when you're sex deprived and all your friends just have too much sex, and it's just like, oh, how can you complain about that right now? Like, I don't understand. And don't be like me though. Like, I'm delusional, so it's like I can have sex, but it's like I have to go out into the real world and like meet people and like talk to people and then get to know people and be friends. And it's like I just wanted to fall on my lap, all unrealistically. So that's kind of my issue. I'm too lazy, but some of y'all actually know people you can just call up and be like, hey, let's Netflix and chill. Hey, let's actually work on a project and shoot some. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that person. putting in and complaining. Hell no. Okay, don't be that person. The thing is, every single one of you are about to come into a greater amount of sex. Even if, like Nicole said, you just hire hookers, you know what I mean? Like, the whole purpose here is the intimacy, and it doesn't have to be specifically tied to sexual intercourse. Okay. For example, anyone who's celibate, this is going to be the relationship between a lot of how you manage your sexual energy. But the reason why this is important is so that you can examine what Venus and Scorpio is going to help you do is it's going to help you examine. Shout out to Isla Sky. She don't want sex. She want lovemaking. How do you activate your sexual energy? How do you activate your inner sexuality? Okay. To where by the time Venus is out in Scorpio, yeah, Damien is right. Having bad sex is worse than having no sex. By the time Venus is out in Scorpio, you're not necessarily going to, any of you who, Mars and Aries gang, you know what it is. Any of you who might have had a certain attitude towards like being too thirsty to connect with others, like Venus and Scorpio has a lot to do with the desire that you feel within yourself, to where you know you can walk out anywhere and you know you're desired. That's what this transit is going to do. Any of you who are thirsty, this is going to be difficult because the thirst is going to be so strong, guys. The thirst is going to be stronger than it has ever been in a long while. And that's why I'm purposely talking a lot about sex. The reason why sex is going to be a huge deal for those of you who are sexually available is because many of you have suppressed your sexual energy to where subconsciously it's hard for you to just feel aroused because it's so used to it being suppressed. Subconsciously, it's like you need to be stimulated in order for it to come out. Some of you have brainwashed yourself to be thirsty for one person. I'm guilty of this myself, to where it's like it's only a certain type of person who can bring this out, and that needs to be healed. That sexual energy needs to be healed to where you bring up the sexual lust for life. So let me just kind of reiterate, this transit is not about having sex with random people. So when I say sex is going to be coming to you, it's not because you're just going to be randomly having sex with people. You're all adults. You're going to know who to have sex with or not. I'm just saying the opportunities are going to be here now more than ever. Hey, my twin flame video is available. I might upload it now. I might upload it next week. So should I upload it now or next week? Y'all going to say now, but I might upload it next week. You know, the twin flame music video, it is ready. I just got the file right now. So that's what's up. But yeah, it's important because a lot of your sexual energies are suppressed since childhood as well. And it's like bringing it out is not necessarily the easiest. See, y'all are saying now. I don't know. I might have to wait. I might have to make y'all wait maybe another week or so. We'll see. But I mean, I might have to put it out now then. Shit. It's important though, because the theme of sex here is coming from a much more detached place. All right, y'all are not playing. Y'all are not playing. I want to be a cap. I want to be a cap so much and just kind of wait. But y'all are saying now, so y'all are saying now. So okay, I'm gonna honor that wish. I'm gonna upload it. I don't know what I was expecting asking you guys that. I don't know what I was expecting y'all to say, wait. I kind of played myself there. Cause I honestly like Brett, I kind of want to be a cap and just make y'all wait a little bit, but Blue Flame Integration said, I think I'll just masturbate. So yeah, because let me tell you, like I just told you the beginning stages. You guys are going to be connecting sexually, but there's going to be drama. After 2 weeks of this transit, some of you might just be like, all right, screw this. I'm just masturbating. Like this is so much. And the purpose of this is to test your intimacy in the face of challenge. So the reason why I'm saying focus on your mission, you honestly have to have, Team NoFap, you honestly have to have something that you care about more than codependency. Because those of you who have that, this is what's going to get you through. I promise you guys, I promise you, during this transit, you are going to like for many of you, when I say you're going to connect with someone sexual, it should feel like, what? Really? Like it's not, and many of you are attractive. So it's not that many of you can't have sex. Many of you are attractive. Many of you are charismatic. Okay. Yeah, you might get nervous when it comes to talking to a crush of yours. But when it comes to getting that video game you really like, ooh, appreciate you, Quality Concentrates. When it comes to getting that video game you really like, when it comes to getting that food you want to really eat, you're no longer nervous. You get assertive. You're like, I want to order that. I'm going to have that on this side. Do you want anything? Do you want anything? And that's it. And you're going to learn how to bring that energy to other places. You're going to be healing. The reason why you're going to be connecting sexually is you're going to be healing the sexual trauma, the blocks that got in the way of you just being yourself. A lot of you have healed so much that if you were to go out and talk to people, you'll realize ever since 6 months ago, shout out to Abby Moneyhunt in the building, ever since a year ago, you're a lot more confident. You're a lot more confident. The nervousness is still there. And you might have awkward moments, but you're a lot more confident. You can actually have a conversation. You can actually talk to people in a much more authentic, organic way. You're not a master yet. Some of you are masters. Shout out to the masters in the building. I'm still learning myself. But the progress is evident. So it's really worth it to really make your move. So some of you are so suppressed. It's like, if I were to tell you, and this is your homework, by the way, one of your homework is to put the moves on someone, seduce, okay? One of the homework that you have is to sexually engage with someone and not even have sex with them. I'm not saying to have sex with them. I'm just saying to get intimate with them. If you're going out with someone, hug them, caress them, seduce them. Like, what is your seduction energy? This is your Scorpio. What is your ability to sexually stimulate someone, to get close to them, to hug? Some of you need that. Some of you haven't had that in so long. Get out there and flirt. Because once Venus is in Sag, your homework every day that week is to go out and meet someone new every day and you just have fun with them. But Venus and Scorpio is kind of get someone to put the moves onto. Now, the purpose of this is not to have sex. The purpose of this throughout this transit is to see where you're nervous. Like when you try, and some of you might be so out of shape, it's like, damn, you're so nervous. Like, I don't remember the last time I tried to have sex with someone. I don't remember the last time I tried to get intimate with someone. So you're not trying to have sex, just get intimate. And the homework is to not even have sex, especially if it's with someone that you've just met. Get intimate with them, but leave them wanting more. Don't just speed things up. In fact, for those of you who are good at it, get them so intimate and have them begging you to have sex, but don't have sex with them. Be like, oh, we're gonna have to wait till next time. And that's Scorpio. Scorpio is very intimate, it's very sexual. It can have sex right now, but it's like, I'm going to even raise the heat. So some of you are blocked. Some of you have insecurities. Some of you, it's hard. And that's the homework. If when you try and seduce someone, you get nervous, that's your homework. Record, okay, how did I get nervous? Where did I get nervous? Okay. Some of you literally, without alcohol too, Like some of you can use alcohol, but just like El Cuervo said, if you can do this without alcohol, that's perfect. Okay. So keep this in mind. Like, especially if you're a Scorpio, you have no reason to be nervous. Like Scorpio, this is your energy. Some of you Scorpios have stopped believing in yourself, and you need to shake yourself off because we need to be learning from you. But the thing is, some of you may be so out of practice. Some of you may have been so reclusive. If you haven't. Oh, and Indigo said, "What about people in relationships?" Same thing. People in relationships, you can do it while high. People in relationships, right? It's a little bit different with you because you're meant to do this too, but you're supposed to rekindle what got you in love in the first place. Because for those of you in relationships and have already graduated and you're with someone, Venus and Scorpio is going to transform your love. Venus and Scorpio is going to take your love and it's going to rekindle it. It's going to allow you to reach a deeper level. But this is going to require going back. Some of you need to flirt with your girlfriend or boyfriend again. Some of you need to flirt with your spouse as if you were just getting with them. Like, hey, are you taken? You know what I'm saying? Like, just pretend like you're dating again and to really rev it up, just so that you can bring up any intimate issues. So homework number one. And Sharon, Venus is going to be in Scorpio until January 6th. It's going to come out of Scorpio and retrograde into Libra October 31st. So this transit is lasting for a while. Okay. Now, those of you who are going to win, those of you who are going to be victorious, are those of you who actually go out there and are not, if you're okay with failing, like those of you who are afraid of rejection, you could let this cripple you. Don't let yourself get crippled. I promise you guys. I honestly promise you guys. Oh, by the way, everyone, let's have a moment of silence. Please show Sylvia some love. Please show Diablo and Sylvia some love right now. Or I think it's Diablo, your name is Sylvia. Rest in peace to your father. That's totally not easy. If you guys don't mind just sending some healing, calm energy to Sylvia, okay? Just to help through that loss once again. I totally got you. So with the cards and the channeled messages, all right? This is definitely going to be someone who's walking with you too. So we're very sorry for your loss. And yeah, but it's really interesting. I feel like me reading that and the passing is not coincidental too. So I'm definitely gonna focus on that when I channel. But and RP Mac Miller too. But yes, this is important because the first decade of this transit before the retrograde is to just test how well your seductive ability is. Because once we step into January, you're going to find your inner seduction back because you're supernaturally evolving. Okay, hold me to this. I promise you guys, especially for those of you who feel like you got the seduction skills, you're going to learn a deeper level. So the first part of this transit is November to October 5th. November to October 5th, Venus will get to 10 degrees Scorpio, and then it's going to retrograde. And then from October 5th to October 31st, it's going to retrograde back into Libra. So Venus is going to be in Scorpio 10 degrees, then back to 0 degrees Scorpio from now till October 31st, I believe. Yeah. So from now till October 5th, so like get your seduction on. At least one time a week, at least once or twice a week, actively seduce people. From now until the 5th of October. And when I say actively seduce people, these people don't even have to be you don't have to be attracted to them. They could be friends. Like get touchy-feely, get intimate with people. You want to really practice getting intimate. The purpose from now till October 5th is just to see the first level. This is like going to a school and they give you an assessment test. Before they teach you everything that you're supposed to learn, they give you an assessment test like, okay, let's see how much stuff you already know. Now, what's going to happen is a lot of you are going to realize, holy crap. Shout out to Moon and Scorpios. You guys are really good at this. What you guys are going to realize is, holy crap, I'm so much better. I am so much better, okay, at seducing people than I thought. Like, you're going to realize, Train, Mike trying to get people hurt, you know, no, you're going to realize at a much greater level that, like, you're way more skilled than you thought, okay, especially from the last time you weren't skilled, okay? Some of you are going to feel nervous, and this is why I said we just did the intention right now to manifest a sexual partner. So for some of you, see, Mystical Yogini said, I'm feeling powerful just thinking about it. For some of you who aren't sure who to do this with, you just set the intention to meet someone. So just let it go. I guarantee you within a week, within hours, you will find someone, okay? And keep this physical too. You can do this long distance, but keep it more physical. If you're doing it long distance, get over the phone. Like, don't be afraid to make mistakes and be corny either. The whole purpose here is a little bit of trial and error. If you need beer, like Elizabeth says, you're allowed that for this first part, just for up to the October 5th. So from now to October 5th, seduce people, get intimate with people. You don't have to seduce them, and you don't have to have sex with them. In fact, the more you can seduce them but not have sex, the better. And the purpose from now to October 5th is to examine, where is it that you're blocked? How good are you at this? Okay? You can do this with friends. It's the easiest to do with friends. Friends let you kind of flirt with them. So the flirting, we're going to stay into Venus and Sag. Now it's time to get your game back. If any of you feel, someone just hit me up too, I feel you, Money Montana. If any of you feel out of your game, I'm out of my game too. Like, I've been super reclusive a long time, for a while, okay? And it's like I don't have any excuses. So I'm definitely going to be taking some people out, you know what I mean? Dancing with some people. You're going, for those of you who do the homework, please, 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 for those of you who do the homework, you're going to be so proud of yourself. You're going to realize you're sexy. Venus and Scorpio wants to remind you that you are sexy with your pure love, okay? And shout out to Gladiator and Sweats, who said, I'm just scared of people getting the wrong impression and get attached. This is definitely going to be a bit different for women who are doing this for men, because that does happen a lot. So, you know what I mean? For those of you who flirt and people fall in love, if you're just flirting, you need to let them know that. But I'm just going to let you know, this transit is going to bring out the thirst, okay? I'm a thirsty ass nigga. I'm not going to lie. I have been very thirsty in my day. So I know a lot about being thirsty, okay? You think it's just Indian dudes? Nigerian dudes be hella thirsty too. We have our own DM issues. So it is what it is. You have to understand that, like, you will tell some people you're just flirting and they're still gonna be thirsty. So there is gonna be that obsessive quality of thirst that may need to be clenched. Stand your ground and make sure you're protected. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to joke about this part because it is very real. It's very real and scary how a lot of women can get taken advantage of in that sense. But I will joke about being a thirsty ass nigga because, you know, I have been very thirsty in my day. I'm confident with this because you see a lot of dudes, you see a lot of chicks trying to act like, oh, you guys are so lame, but every single person has slid into DMs. So it's not like everyone has not been thirsty. I'm not going to excuse my thirstiness. I'm going to quench my thirst. But yeah, Venus is going to hook you up. This is a great time to read The Art of Seduction, learn how to be a coquette, learn how to be a dandy, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to be the star. You can find out your seduction type. I might do a special video aligning the art of seduction with zodiac signs. You know, stars are totally Aquariuses, coquettes are more Libra, Gemini. So keep that in mind. It's very important because a lot of how you connect, this is going to be amazing. Like if you have just set the intention to manifest a sexual partner, Venus is going to hook you up. So let's do this again, okay? This could be with a soulmate, this could be with a friend. Venus, I set the intention for within 2 to 24 hours, you manifest a sexual partner for us to connect with during this transit. Because Venus is definitely going to help you bring out your seduction ability. And the purpose of this is I'm bringing up sex a lot because the universe is going to push sex your way for the next 4 months. But the purpose of this is to teach yourself how you react to sexual energy. That's the only reason why. So the reason why I'm talking about sex a lot is it's very relevant, but it doesn't mean you have to have it. It's just going to test how well you can deal with sexual energy. How well can you deal with sexual energy? It's a real thing within yourself and with others. The purpose of this is, can you withstand temptation? If you have the opportunity, Abraham Lincoln said, if you want to test someone's character, give them power. Venus and Scorpio and Saturn and Capricorn are like, if you want to test someone's self-control, give them sex. Give them love. Do they lose themselves? Are you going to fall in love when you get banged? When you get laid like you've never been laid before, are you going to get whipped? Or are you going to stand up with self-control? Please understand, this is what all this work was. This is what all this depression you went through was, so that you can build up greater self-control. Because what this transit will also bring are the shadow qualities within other people, because you're not perfect. Your partner is not perfect. Some of you people might deal with sexual partners who try and manipulate you with this sexual energy, and they have to, so that you can bring your light of awareness and put them in check or pass the test. Don't get mad at anyone who tests you. Don't take personal anyone who tests or manipulates you. This has to happen so that you can rise up. This is the trine. Do your Kegels now, ladies. This is the trine to Neptune in Pisces, where there's a little bit of nebulous energy. Those of you in relationships and those of you who are single, I need to let you understand there's nothing about, this is why I'm saying, and I'm gonna go over the dates of the transit again, but this is why I'm saying be very mindful that this is less about sex and falling in love, and it's more about bringing out your supernatural power. What's gonna happen is, as you're having sex, whether consistently or non-consistently, you're going to feel your energy evolve. Scorpio energy does this. Now that we have Jupiter here, every time you engage in sexual intercourse, you're going to have super noticeable effects on your vitality, on your behavior, and on your supernatural energy. I want you to see sexual activity during the next 4 months as like gas, as like a spiritual pumping. Pause. As like a spiritual rejuvenation. It's like the source. It's like you're connecting. A Capricorn woman told me this once. It's like sex is almost like you're plugging the plug into the socket and you're getting that energy. This is why you have the masculine and feminine. This is why you have these energies that have to connect. Okay, so really, really keep this in mind, because a lot of how this extra energy, if some of you are wondering how to like generate energy, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be through the act of sex, not through masturbation. It's going to be through the unification of the yoni and the pee-pee, okay? And it's very important, because this extra dose of energy and orgasms, like some of you are going to get hooked up. You're going to get orgasm, but I have to let you understand, some of you are already sexed out, but the reason why you're going to come into this is that this fuel is meant to help you project on stuff that you have to do. And once again, this doesn't have to be like some of you, this isn't just going to be just sex. Some of you can come into this energy through exercise. Some of you are going to get intimate with others because you're working out with them, because you're playing chess with them. But in the case of sex, right, this is going to fill you with a lot of energy. Some of you are going to, some people are going to be hitting it right. Some people are going to be hitting it right. And you have to understand this is a collective transit where you can't get too attached to that, because the downside to this is you can get too addicted and you can just be like sex, sex, sex. And then the transit finishes and you have nothing to show for it because you wasted all that energy on your indulgences. What's going to happen is you're going to connect intimately and you're going to take that amazingness and focus it on your mission. And you're going to work with this person in that sense. Do not get so attached to this individual because they'll run away or they won't know how to stay, because the only reason why they're here is because you're holding, oh, Abby Money Hunt, thank you so much. By the way, guys, I'm going to interview her for a peace talk one day. She is into galactic code. She is the real deal. So that's true. If you do it through masturbation, hold the orgasm inside, ank it, feel the energy of it. That is another hack. So I gave you a homework. One of the Uranus hacks are that. So we have Saturn, Capricorn homework, and we also have Uranus and Taurus body hacks. One of the Uranus and Taurus body hacks during the retrograde after October is that. Okay? So thank you so much, Abby. You're amazing. And once again, this is very important. You can also do this during sex too. You don't have to come during sex. But once again, you're going to find that after and during the retrograde, you're able to start to generate sexual energy without intercourse. Why? Because for many of you, you jumped your car. I was talking to a Sagittarius the other day, and his name's Casey. Shout out to Casey. He's already on the Guild Wars, building the guild. And like he can turn Super Saiyan God. A lot of you Sag rising, Sag sun and moon, like you got it like that. And I was in the presence of a triple Sag. You can feel their aura. Like my Taurus was reacting to it because Earth is sensitive to fire. Like I was starting to shake just because he was in my energy. So like Sagittarius can channel energy at will. Whoosh. I don't really have that. I'm Earth, air. I'm just going to be chilling, sitting. Oh, I don't want to get up. Like it's everything just to work out. I need my car restarted. Some of you need your car restarted. And it's just going to take 1 or 2 sex sessions. So don't think that you'll have, but the temptation here is overindulging in sex. Some of you are just going to have one night stands, or you already have a sexual partner and they'll re-pump that. And then you'll be able to take that energy. You won't need the sex anymore. And with this energy, once you have it for like maybe a week or 2, it'll last you for the next 6 months. So keep that in mind. Don't get too caught up in the sex, because the sexual partner that you manifest or the sexual experiences that you manifest are going to involve people who are obsessed with you. This is why you need to have the self-control. Yes, it is a projector thing too. I know I'm a projector, but I think it is. But keep that in mind. Like they may not act like it, but if you don't have self-control, they will enable your lack of self-control. So I'm just letting you know, if you're in a relationship with someone right now, or if you're single, the sexual partner that you're with, over the next 2 weeks, things are going to get very difficult. Some of you might be going through crazy difficulty in your relationships right now. Oh, do we have a Luna in the building? Oh, what's up, Aluna? Kundalini, your cards and stuff. It's interesting because some of you, like you guys are going to attract sexual partners, but the opposition to Uranus and the square to the North Node is important because you're making a special decision. The square to the North Node is how much committed am I to following my heart, even if it means I don't connect with people who don't value my worth. So the reason why there's going to be friction is because of the makeup sex. But outside of that, you have to be okay. Like the people, don't think that the sexual partners you're going to be attracting are people who are yes men. a lot of the sexual partners or soulmates that you're going to be calling in, they're going to be people who you argue with every day, especially if you found that your relationships are starting to deteriorate, or not deteriorate, you're just starting to argue more. Like, it's like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, that's because all that anger, the residual anger that you're building up, you're meant to transmute that through sex. Okay. And if some of you are in a position to actually like instigate that anger, some of you are Geminis, you love to argue, or Sagittariuses, so you're gonna instigate, it's all good. But like, don't be afraid of the fights. Find out a way to manifest sex from that fight. Because the purpose of the anger, especially for those of you who for months or for years, you've had a falling out. Some of you with your sacred partners or soulmates, like, you started off not liking each other. And that's been building up tension. That's been building up a lot of negative energy. And it's through the sex you'll transmute it. So don't just break up with someone during this period because you're fighting with them. You need to instigate that. You need to work through it. Be in a position to argue and stand your ground, because your partner is going to oppose you so that they can put you in check, and vice versa. You need each other for that. But I'm also going to let you know, for those of you who are single, you're going to be attracting sexual partners who probably want to beat the shit out of you. I'm talking about very violent, not any domestic abuse, but I mean like irritating in a social sense. Like, oh my gosh, I don't like this person, but I really like this person. And that's not between you two. It's the subconscious energy that's going to be coming out just being in each other's presence. So don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. If someone gets mad, like, flirt with their anger. This is going to alchemize a lot of negative energy. All right. Rachel, if your ex is talking with someone else, cancel that ex and get with the next. Rachel, you're a sexy individual. Like, you got it like that. So don't worry about no ex. Make your ex jealous. It's like, that's Venus in Capricorn. We're going to do that. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? If you shout out to XOXO, if you don't have sex, like I was saying, this is not specifically tied down to sex. When you're mad, I feel you. Neo's the GOAT. This is not necessarily sex. You can find different avenues to express this energy. The purpose of this transit, once again, is to basically just express your scorpionic seductive capability. Okay? If you have sex with your twin flame, that's definitely going to be amazing. But I want to bring attention to those of you who have had like negative connections with certain soulmates. That's about to be transformed. Some of you are about to go through forgiveness. The clashes are still going to be there though. So work with the clashes. It's through those clashes that are opportunities for development. And know that the unexpected clashes, like Venus opposite Uranus, randomly brings sexual encounters and relationships. And guess what? Mars is in Aquarius right now, squaring Uranus. So when I say you're going to come in a random one-night stand, passionate sex, it's happening now. But the T-square with the nodes, it's very chaotic. It's very dramatic. And if you get caught up in that drama, you'll forget that you're supposed to focus on your mission. So the purpose of the square is invite sexual activity, invite intimacy, but if it distracts you from your North Node mission, then curve it or put it in check. You don't have to let it go. You have to, the square means, hey, I mess with you, but this is the path I'm walking on. And if you're going to get in the way, we need to compromise. This is why if you're not focused on your mission, you can come in, and in most cases, I'm not talking about just casual sex. This could be meaningful for some of you in partnerships, but as far as what the mission is, that is something personal to you, okay? The whole purpose of the squares is, this is the path I'm walking, right? For example, I'm an astrologer. I'm a counselor. I counsel people with my intuition. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure every day I'm working towards this. Once I manifest the sexual partner, right? If I'm in a position where I start to get distracted because I don't put any work into this anymore. And I'm focusing on the sexual partner because it's like, yeah, I'm open for dick appointments all day. Then the squares are going to put me off whack. I'm not going to be focusing on this like I do. I'm not going to be taking that energy that I gain from that to focus on here, which is solely the purpose, guys. That's why I'm saying this can be very distracting transit. The universe is going to be bringing you intimacy, literal sex, and some of you could be orgasming from food. It doesn't have to be from actual like people, right? And the purpose is to take this uplifted energy, because what is this happening? This is happening during your supernatural evolution. The sexual energy and the intimacy is to bring out your sexual evolution because we're coming back into the Jupiter transit, okay? The purpose here, once again, the purpose here is to take this sexual energy and to bring it back to your mission. Some of you are going to manifest life partners during this transit, especially if you're Aries, Taurus, or Gemini rising, okay, sun or moon. Some of you are going to manifest more than life partners. You're going to manifest dream jobs. And a lot of this has to do with the management of your sexual energy. Shout out to Gothrax. Some of you need to transform into a sexual beast. And you can only when you're the sexual beast, you treat life with more assertiveness. And there's a lust for life you'll come through. But some of you can only become that beast through a sexual partner. Some of you may need someone to like bang the crap out of you. Some of you need to get broken during sex. Okay. And so for those of you who really need this, set that intention of Venus. You will know. Some of you are sexed up. Some of you have sex every day and you're good. Your lesson is to be more intimate with that sexuality. You talk to Venus during this transit, and Venus will connect with Uranus, and Mars is going to manifest it quickly. Now, this is going to be weird, though. This is why I'm saying from now until October 5th, what you want to do is to just not just flirt with people, but to seduce people. Get intimate with people, okay? Get intimate. For Venus and Scorpio, Venus is going to be in Scorpio from September 9th to January 6th. Once again, September 9th to January 6th. From September 9th to October 5th, Venus is going to go from 10 degrees Scorpio back into Libra. From November to October 5th, Venus is going to go 10 degrees Scorpio. Then, in fact, let me just show you. So we have this right here. October 10th, it goes retrograde. Or October 5th, I'm sorry. At 10 degrees. Mind you know. So before it goes retrograde, we're seeing it come from Virgo season to Libra season. This is where we're going to see the sexual partners come in. So set the intention to connect with the sexual partner or sexual partners. For those of you who are polyamorous, you can set sexual partners. Okay. And they're going to come in during this time. It's called Libra season, the partnership sign, right? And these partnerships are heavily meant to challenge you. So yeah, they're going to be sexual, but they're going to be hella challenging. In some cases, you may opt to masturbate because it's going to be like, I don't want to deal with this, but just deal with it. It's worth it. Then it's going to retrograde. From October 6th to the 31st, it'll retrograde back. And this is important right here. The 27th, I'm sorry. Yeah, the 25th and the 27th, where we have this conjunction. So everything up to the 5th, from September to October 5th, Your first homework is to just get intimate with people. Get intimate with people and see where you hesitate. Where does the fear start to come up? Do you break past the nervousness? You want to do this every day until the 5th and just record how nervous, how free you feel. Some of you are great at seduction, so record that. Some of you, like me, you can get very nervous, or it's hit or miss. Like some people you seduce easily, other people you get nervous with, okay? Then we step into the 6th. From the retrograde, especially once we're going from Libra season to, of course, when Venus is out, 25th to 26th, and this retrograde period is now going to have you reevaluate, okay, this is the changes I can make. And the conjunction that we're going to have during this period is going to allow many of you to very powerfully connect in new ways. And not just in new ways, it's going to reveal secrets about how well you can intimately connect with others. Mind you, Pluto's going to be direct. That's going to be a huge deal. But now pay attention to this, because from the 31st, we have a T-square. Mind you, this week, we're going to have Sun, Venus, the week of the 24th or the 24th, we're going to have Sun, Venus retrograde, Mercury, and Jupiter in Scorpio. Very intense day. Very high psychic spiritual revelation. But from the 31st, we have this very crucial aspect. Uranus is going to be going back to Aries. Venus is going back to Libra. And the North Node is going to get ready to go into Cancer. Be very mindful. This is a portal. From the end of October, anyone who you get with, anyone who you connect with sexually, they can end up being a part of your life for a while. Be very mindful of who you connect with during this period. Be very mindful of the decisions you make, as a lot of this energy is going to carry on. We're going to have this T-square for a while. This is going to be very karmic, the activity you're doing with certain people. And so, of course, from October 6th to November 15th, we have the retrograde to Libra. You see this trine here? This is all aligning. You guys, astrology never ever fails to amaze me. What are the odds that right when Venus goes direct, it's trining barely Mars fresh in Pisces? So much so that we will see a very light, Venus and Scorpio, Mars and Pisces trine, right? So, of course, from that to December 2nd, it's back in Scorpio. Now, this is important because the transit from, the 1st to the 5th of December, or the 4th of December, or the 2nd of December, sorry. From, oh my God. From November 15th, Jesus Christ. From November 30th to December 5th. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Okay. So from the 15th, I'm sorry, from the 30th, from the 30th to December 2nd, I knew it. Once again, on October 30th to December 2nd. That's the Libra transit. Oh, shit. This Libra transit is going to repair all your relationships with others. That Libra transit from October to December is when you change your relationships. And then from December 2nd to, of course, January 6th, we in Sagittarius. I want you to notice that once we get back into Sagittarius, all this energy is transitioned, and Jupiter's already in Sag, making whores out of everyone. Okay, everyone's having sex. You have sex. You have sexual encounters. And Sagittarius don't play with that. Like, you don't want to be the party pooper, or Sag will just kick you out. So anyway, keep this in mind. What's gonna happen? Shout out to those of you who liked this video. We got 222 likes. You guys are amazing. Don't hesitate to smash that like button. I love y'all. And subscribe as well. Now, what's gonna happen here? Once we retrograde out of Scorpio from October to November, right? And we have that October 31st to December 2nd Libra transit. Once October 31st hits, you're going to realize, holy shit, I got the juice. So if you didn't have the juice before, if you didn't have the sauce, Cancer is the juice. You know what I'm saying? Scorpio is the sauce. So the juice is always good to have. You know what I'm saying? The juice just tastes good. You know what I'm saying? 222 means that whatever you're thinking is manifesting. So make sure you keep those positive thoughts up. But yeah, the sauce lasts for a while. You know, if you think of the juice never has Jupiter thrown a party and no one had fun. Facts. The juice finishes quickly. Like you can finish juice very quickly, but you probably still have your barbecue sauce in the fridge. Like the sauce holds it down. We get in the juice and the sauce. So Elizabeth Reese, don't make them jealous because it could backfire. It could work, but the whole theme here is pure love. Pure love. So we want to refine our vibes. Great question. So for those of you who already have the juice, it's time to get the sauce. It's time to really lay it thick. Lay it thicky thick. So the retrograde transit from October 6th to October 31st. All right. Once again, Victoria Thompson asks, what if I'm blocked? Don't worry, I've been blocked too. And you know what they say? It's not real if they haven't blocked you once. If they haven't blocked you at least once, it's not real, honey. So if it's meant to be, they will unblock you. Don't worry. I will say, once again, from now till October 5th, get your intimacy on. Really start to get touchy-feely with people, especially for those of you who have been sexually traumatized. I remember talking to someone, it was actually the woman that I lost my virginity to. The Sagittarius lady I lost my virginity to, she, back in like 2017, I'm a late bloomer. It was in a movie theater. But one thing about her was she has been molested. So like, I couldn't really hold her hand. I couldn't really hug her. Like it felt weird to her. It's like when I try to get intimate, it's like this was years ago. Maybe she's healed that now, but it's like she couldn't, there's people like that out there. You know what I mean? Like there's some of you probably, and we were the only ones in the theater, don't worry. It was a movie about weeds or something. But it's like, some people are traumatized like that. Like they didn't have that purity. They didn't necessarily have that experience with someone they could trust. And so it's all desensitized. You know what I mean? I highly recommend you do this because a transit like this is going to bring this back up to where you can directly confront it. Okay. And it's going to be tough. It's going to ignite some kind of PTSD, certain symptoms. And you are strong enough. If please break through. This is your chance to break through. And a lot of you have gone through this in some sense or the other. This is why it's a call. It's hidden. No one goes out to the world and saying, I got molested yesterday. Someone touched me the other day. Like it's inherently Plutonian. It's inherently secret. So these are going to be arising. And I 100% push you. And then also for those of you, if you're like me, if you weren't really that cool in high school, I was that nerd in high school. Before Naruto came out, I had my big ass backpack and I was running like a ninja through school. Like I, for some reason, didn't put my books in the locker and I would put all my books in my backpack and I would just run through class like I'm a fucking ninja. And Naruto didn't come. That's how I know I'm straight ninja body. Like that's how I know I'm Team Konoha till I die. Or I might be more so the Cloud Ninjas. That's how I know. I wasn't really the coolest. You know, I knew the cool people, but I wasn't really the coolest at all. I would try and talk to chicks in high school. I would be so nervous. I never really had if I ever had a girlfriend, I would just kiss them between periods. I didn't know what the fuck to do in a relationship. I didn't know what the hell I was even doing in high school, other than just going to class and then going out with friends, just to play in the neighborhood, right? I was pretty sheltered and shit. So like, when it comes to talking to people, but people, as a Gemini, people think that I'm a hoe. People think that it's not to say I don't have hoe tendencies. I wouldn't mind being a hoe. Like, I'm that type of hoe. I'm that type of person that if I could be a hoe, I would be a hoe. I just didn't really have game at all. So like, I just wasn't lucky in that department. I wasn't a Sagittarius or a Libra who can just have it on site. Or I'm not gonna blame the sign because every sign could have it, right? But it's like this is not. I'm not the only one like this. You know what I mean? Like I know a lot of people try and act their front, but not everyone was cool in high school. Not everyone had the sauce like that. You know what I'm saying? All my friends did, obviously. Ironically enough, like I would be the third wheel driving my friends to go see their chicks or whatever or whatever. But like this is important because even if you did have the sauce, some of you are realizing you might be off your game. And it's not that you're off your game. Some of you don't play games. I respect that. It's just so that a different part of you is required. A different sense of authenticity is required. Tricks don't work anymore. Games don't work anymore. It's like you can't spit game anymore. You have to really come real. You have to bring that sexuality through reality, okay? And it's like some of you may actually get to develop this for the first time. So it's totally cool. You know what I mean? Like if you actually feel that apprehension from now to the 10th, if you find that you don't necessarily know, I'm not gonna lie, I was that loser that was buying or downloading illegally the pickup chicks books, like how to pick up on chicks and like how to say techniques to do this. And I would read them and I would never practice them because I was going through that phase where I would just read shit and just never practice what I read. So I was just like taking in info and like I just never really knew how. And I know I'm not the only one, but it's like it's just really, I don't know. I mean, all I have to do is just like talk to people and like be normal in that sense. But it's real like that. You know what I'm saying? Just in case y'all think I'm some player pimp, because some of y'all think that I'm some player pimp that like knows how to pull any chick I want. Some of y'all think that I have bitches in my DM all day, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have sex with you. I'm gonna have sex with you. Maybe in 5 years, but not now. Like, some of y'all think that I'm just like some thirsty. Act like you wasn't hypnotizing woman, hangmaster. That's a secret. That's for another day. But it is what it is. Cat Moon, stay hating on me. Moon Day. It is what it is. It's not like that. It's not like that. Some of you swear. It's not to say I don't have people in my DMs. It's just I don't have people in my DMs like that. And like I'm sure in my head I can be that pimp suave guy that's just like, yeah, girl, what's your sign? Oh, you got your moon in Scorpio. Oh, I got my Uranus in Capricorn. Where's your Uranus? You're like, I'm not that corny. Like I'm not in, and I'm just not that smooth. I'm pretty sure that might change, I have my Saturn return, but nah, like it is what it is. I'm actually the type of dude where I can attract a lady, but then I will sabotage it. So like I've never really had problems attracting women. It's just not sabotaging it and just saying something stupid as hell or just being awkward as fuck and then just watching the attraction like drain from their eyes. That was the nightmare that I had to grow up with. But it is what it is. I don't want to talk about my lackluster, pitiful love life. I'm just using myself as an example because like myself, some of you might feel out of place. Some of you might feel like you don't know how to approach this, and this is perfect because the whole purpose of this is to actually develop your own sense of sexual energy. And this is where I'm really honestly saying where a lot of you might underestimate yourself. So push yourself. Trust me when I say some of you who feel like you don't have any seduction skills. I see you, Chad. It's interesting because like some of you may feel like you don't have any skills, but you know what I mean? Hangmaster, I feel you. A lot of it is just because you're a Virgo, and it's not easy to be a Virgo. Y'all be sleeping on Virgos and Pisces. That's one of the most difficult incarnations to have. But anyway, and Linda, yeah, I really feel I'm called to be a type of priest, to be honest, like that. There is a path there. But it's important because some of you are going to surprise yourself, because some of you have gone through so much spiritual growth and awakening ever since Aries season. You have a much more organic, authentic idea of what you want. You have a much more organic, authentic sense of who you are. And this is going to actually surprise many of you, especially if a lot of you have kind of just played it safe and you've been doing a lot of internal work and you haven't been talking to other people. With this Libra season, talk to other people. Trust me, go out there. This is around the time of the zodiac where it pays to really network. It pays to get to know people, because you're going to realize, holy crap, like I don't have to force this as much as I tried to in the past. Like there's a natural seductive quality everyone has within themselves that's just going to come through. And now on top of this, I didn't say that it won't be awkward. I didn't say that this opposition and square will not be weird, because a lot of this is going to be very weird. You have to embrace a little of the cringy. You have to embrace a little bit cringy, get to learn body language. Earth signs, you're good with this. Water signs, you're good with this. Get to really understand body language cues, and to stay out of your head or your feelings for something for too long. Okay, because that sabotaging influence is not going to be there for many of you. And what's important about this is, once again, just like Sean said, the awkwardness makes it fun. Don't worry about sitting in the silence. Don't be that guy that's trying to like think up of each next move to do. You know what I mean? I don't even want to go heavy into flirting. You can flirt, but just save the flirting to Venus and Sag. Save the flirting and teasing to Venus and Sag. For now, just really get seductive. Really get into someone's face and play with their hair and like play with their earlobes as you tell them that they smell so good, and you smell their neck and you might give them a light smooch. And it's just so random. And you weren't doing it to predicate anything. You're just doing it because you enjoy their presence. Do you feel nervous when you do that? Do you feel empowered? Some of you are going to be surprising yourself. The purpose here is to not make it seem forced. Too, you want to practice authentically expressing yourself in this way. And so the reason why this is definitely going to be interesting is, for some of you, you're creating these neural pathways for the first time. This is really, really amazing for some of you who really, really, really feel nervous. Like, push yourself. I promise you it'd be worth it. It doesn't mean you're going to turn into Casanova overnight. It doesn't mean that you're going to just start getting laid. The purpose of this is to not get laid. For some of you who are seducing, try not to have sex. Like, just try and keep it to the intimacy, and see how well you can pace people's moments. Power hour. Okay, so keep that in mind. Once we go from October 5th to October 31st, what's going to happen is, based off of what the homework you did, Venus is now going to be like, okay, you need to work on this, you need to work on this, you need to work on this. So then still try and get intimate with people, but while it's getting retrograde, you're going to, your own heart is going to give you secrets of how to seduce or get intimate better. Okay? Trust me when I say, some of you are already great at this. Some of you just get nervous, but when it comes to other stuff, you're great. You're going to learn how to bridge that. So a lot of you are going to surprise yourself where you're going to feel nervous, but you're going to realize I'm way better at this than I thought. Now, here's the purpose. Once we get into Pisces season, you're going to have to take this sexual charisma. You're going to have to take this sexual intent to engage intimately, and you're going to have to apply it to your mission. You're going to have to apply it to the work you do. You're going to have to apply it to your dreams. And that's why you need to practice now, because right now we're focusing on sex and interpersonal connections, but that's going to bridge into something more important. So it's worth it. It's worth it. You don't have to get overly sexual. I'm just being extreme here because of this Plutonian Scorpio energy. But once we get to October 31st, and once Venus starts to retrograde back into Libra, get this. The purpose of Mars retrograding back into Capricorn was to take the actions you've made and to change certain habits. Because Mars in Aquarius had you realize the knowledge of your power. Did you notice now that it's back into Aquarius, you're starting to gain updated knowledge about your power? It's like once it was back in Cap, you had to rechange some actions. You had to look at stuff differently. Now it's back into Aquarius. You're about to start downloading the knowledge of your power quick because it's going closer to the South Node. So October 31st, especially the week before, around that time as it's retrograding, my friends, you're going to feel that sauce. You're going to realize some of you are going to really reveal stuff. And today, the moon is on Jupiter. So this revelation is going to start today. Thank you, Sarah. Love you. This revelation is going to start today, okay? Where you're really realizing at a powerful level, I got the sauce. I got the sauce. Right now, as we speak, from October 5th, you're developing your secret ingredients for your sauce, okay? From October 5th to October 31st, you're reevaluating the sauce. It's like, okay, these are the changes. It's like when you do taste testers. Okay, we need to put in a little bit more salt. Okay, and then October 31st is from October 31st to December 2nd, as it goes retrograde and then it goes direct, what's going to happen specifically here, actually, from October 31st to, I want to say, November 15th, from October 31st to November 15th, this is when it's like, okay, I got the sauce now. So all my relationships that I wasn't really connected with, I'm going to go back to. And from October 31st to November 15th, it's almost as if you have the courage to go back and say certain things to people that you had to say it to. If it's like meeting Hitch. Remember, Hitch is Will Smith, is a Libra. So it's like during this period, it's like you meet with Hitch and Hitch gives you some dating tips. And now you have renewed confidence. It's like, hey, now I can do all the stuff that I was afraid to do. Now I can actually do stuff, because Libra is cardinal, doing. Now I can actually do stuff that I didn't necessarily have the confidence to do or felt like I knew how to do. So from October 31st to November 15th, you're going to each and every single relationship, and it's like you're applying the sauce and you're making great changes. It's opposite Uranus. It's squaring the nodes. You're actually now going back to each and every single one of your relationships, and you're giving this intimacy. Think about it. This has a lot to do with your supernatural transformation. Imagine if you transformed yourself. Imagine if you transformed your charisma, and now you can connect with people more deeply, where you're going to go back to everyone you love, and you're going to connect with them a lot more deeply. Kimberly Hayes, I'm a Gemini. That's what the fuck we do. We just talk. That's all we do. I feel you though. You literally just voiced out my Capricorn moon. My Capricorn moon is just like, oh my gosh, get to the point. So anyway, not only that, You're going to be going back into all these relationships with renewed confidence and saucing yourself, okay? With renewed confidence, with renewed sauce. And then from November 15th to December 2nd, it's going to go direct. And this is where you're going to start moving forward with these relationships while the sun is in Scorpio. And then from November or December 2nd to January 6th of 2019, this is where you're going to do that homework again. And you're going to start getting intimate with people, but you're going to realize I'm so much better now. And now you're going to realize I don't have those same problems I had. I don't have that same confidence issue as you're going through the shadow period. As you pass that 10th degree mark, now you're going to come into different challenges. How do I sustain this energy? But it's going to be very amazing because your pure love will be reformed. The most important thing about this Venus and Scorpio transit is regaining the purity in your love life. Not only regaining the purity in your love, but also regaining that intimacy and depth to where you remember the worth of your sacred portal, your sacred chamber, your sacred temple, and you don't just give it up to everybody. You don't just give your time up to everybody, okay? You don't necessarily just connect with everybody. And I'm letting you know right now, many of you may be in a position where the sexual partner or your relationships take a hush-hush quality. And it's more so on the low, which will probably be way better. So keep that in mind. So grateful for the likes. Keep that very much in mind. You're definitely going to regain purity and the sacredness of intimacy, sex, and true love. Sharon nailed it. All right. Once again, the reason why this is highly important is because this psychological depth of consciousness and growth is definitely going to open up quite profoundly for you in life-changing ways that really reveal how much you've grown. This is going to be that transit. It's definitely going to hurt. But Natalie, not as much as I need it to be. I'm glad you asked. But yeah, it's going to hurt, but in a good way. This Venus in Scorpio is like a good pinch where like you just kind of need to be shown where you're full of shit a little bit just so that you can transform. Or even if you're not shown that, you make certain sacrifices, okay? And yeah, so keep that in mind once again. Other than that, fight that good fight. Now, right now, as we speak, before I get into the cards for the signs, the moon is on Jupiter. The moon is on Jupiter right now. So we're going to make a wish. The moon on Jupiter is trining Neptune in Pisces. We got the King of Cups, which is the Scorpio king. We got the 10 of Cups, which is bliss. So this is the Jupiter energy. This is the Neptune energy. Pisces, Scorpio. And we have the Empress, abundance. So make a wish, unconditional love and abundance. Let us all pull our energy together and make a very important wish. The moon is on Jupiter right now, and you set the intention. So it could be a wish for anything. It's definitely going to be a lot more keyed into intimacy and love. And for those of you who actually, have Jupiter and Scorpio, you're sponsoring this for us. So you're going to manifest this quicker than most of us. Oh, shout out to King Mitchell, getting abstract with it. So keep this in mind. Right now, Venus is in the same sign as Jupiter. The last time Venus was in the same sign as Jupiter was last year. Remember when we had that initial Venus-Jupiter conjunct November 12th, 2017, where we made the intention to manifest and set the seeds for intimate love. This is a depth of pure love that we were meant to grow throughout that year. It's manifesting now. Okay. So call that in with Jupiter. Jupiter is that blank check energy. Okay. So let us all breathe down into our diaphragm. Shout out to Hangmaster who wishes for healing. I wish for that too. Healing is definitely very important. So where were you November 12th? Because this is the growth from that. This is the last time we're going to see Jupiter in the same sign as Venus and Scorpio for like 12 years. Okay. So let us make a wish right now. Let's all breathe energy down to our diaphragm and connect our energy. If I had one wish, it would be for food, lots of bacon and noodles. If I had one wish, it would be to see your face, but not eating my food, because then I'll go crazy. All right. Sorry, I get so distracted. I do need a chef girlfriend. Ooh, okay, Kim. So let's gather all the elements. Feel the earth coming up your feet to your crown. And then I want you to feel white light bringing the air down from your crown to your feet, connecting everyone in the live chat together. The wish, the better. I already gave you. I get so distracted. That is, you're right. I shouldn't have not done that. I'm so sorry. Okay. And now I want you to feel the water energy just cleansing you. Feel the water signs healing your energy. And as you do this, start to feel more intense about your wish. So we're going to switch things here. I want you to activate fire and feel this ember of fire burning away any impurities as you get more hype. Now, we set the intention with Venus to manifest a sexual partner, okay? With Jupiter, the wish you want to make any wish you want, but the extra wish you want to make is to sexually liberate yourself. Jupiter is all about evolution and liberation. So make any wish that you make based on the sexual liberation that you have, okay? Sexual liberation to where with this transit, Jupiter is going to bring out your intimate mastery to where you're comfortable being sexual with anybody, to where you don't have any blocks and you can easily and effortlessly connect sexually with anyone you desire. This is going to open up your world. It's very Jupiterian to where you're not necessarily going to worry so much about attracting that right one. because you're focused within, and it's like you're so good within, you know you can connect with whoever you desire. Scorpio is all about desire. Jupiter is all about expansion. So wish for whatever you want, but make sure the underlying wish is so that you release and heal any sexual trauma and that you master your sexual energy. Okay, this is very important. With Jupiter here, you want Jupiter to sexually liberate your soul to where you can intimately connect with anyone very not even easily, very satisfyingly. Okay. So I want you to just feel that, really make as many wishes as you want. We are now connected. We're 600 deep. So this manifestation is going to manifest very quickly. I just pulled the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands means once you release this to Jupiter, it's manifesting now. So expect it now. And really, and the way you can take action is to now practice intimately connecting with others, so that you're wishing it, you're acting on it too. Okay. And so now, after you've connected the elements, release your intent. Jupiter, I wish for sexual liberation, to release any blocks to me authentically and organically connecting sexual with anybody, with a romantic partner, with my parents, with my sisters, with my friends. Because connecting sexually is not just sexual intercourse, it's intimacy. It's not feeling like you have to put walls up. The reason this is important, how many of y'all felt lighter after that? How many of y'all felt lighter? We have some heavy hitters. Some of you are very powerful. So when you do rituals with us, it really amplifies our energy a lot. Now, I promise you, some of you are going to manifest miracles, like right now. We're activating transformation. Y'all really want to see this twin flame video. Y'all are not playing. Y'all are not playing. All right. Let me see. Honestly, the reason why I'm going to put it out now is because the moon's on Jupiter. So we can make it a moon on Jupiter thing. He said he thought we forgot. That's hilarious. The moon is on Jupiter, so I did bring it up. I am such a Gemini. I'm horrible. I was all gonna time it out. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put out no rules first, and then I'm gonna wait 2 weeks and I'll put a music video out, and then I'll wait 2 weeks and I'll put another music video out. But I mean, do I really need to do that? Do I really need to? Should I just put this out now that the moon's on Jupiter? Like, screw it. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna just put it out. So other than that, right? Shadow Hunters, I'm such a fucking Gemini. My big ass mouth. Well, I should have never told y'all. It is what it is. I'm glad I did. I think that's why I should have. So now I put it out right now, but it is what it is, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are the shit. Y'all are amazing. So, yeah, I'm uploading the video right now, by the way. But other than that, that's it. I really want you to, the real purpose of this Venus and Scorpio and Jupiter and Scorpio is sexual liberation, to where you can be intimate and really transcend a lot of sexual trauma or energy with anybody. Okay. So really embrace that. Be willing to embrace that. Be willing to accept that and enjoy what comes. All you have to do is show up. There's nothing you have to do, honestly, to try and induce a lot of these energies or feelings. Just show up. Just show up. You don't have to, you don't, you did a ritual with Venus, you did a ritual with Jupiter. So now just spend time feeling how you want it to feel and just show up. You don't have to look for a lover. You don't have to look for a partner. It will show up to you. When it show up and don't back down. So let me pull for the signs and then for the super chat. Let's see. Damn. Aries, for you, a lot of this transit is going to have a lot to do with fully transforming your intimacy. And you have to be willing to be a little uncomfortable, let's just say. How did I send you this, bro? Oh, that's how. You have to be very comfortable with that sense of intimacy. Let me just pull a card for you. We do have the Hermit. So it's saying to go very within, and not just to go within, but to do what it is you can to very powerfully internalize a lot of these transformations. The Hermit card is actually talking about connecting with reclusive people as well. You might be attracting people who go within so that they can teach you how to go within much deeper as well. So they're not being standoffish. They're really teaching you how to be more receptive. Taurus, Taurus moon, Taurus rising. A Gemini is going to want to get in your pants. Let them. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm joking. This is saying to multitask. Taurus, this is saying to be forward. This is saying, if anything, to go get you a Aries. But if anything, ooh, is that the devil card? Never mind. This is saying to multitask, to be a bit forward. You can totally be yourself, that energy. Aries, you're probably going to be the reclusive one. And Taurus, this is telling you to deal perhaps with this Gemini energy, but more so to not be afraid to rush to correct conclusions, okay? Gemini, Gemini moon, Gemini rising, we also have the Hermit card for you. So, this is talking about taking, for Aries and Gemini, it's saying to use your own individual quirks. Like take your own inner guidance and wisdom and apply that to your sexual charisma, apply that to your sexual experiences. A lot of this also has much to do with your willingness and your ability to be in a position to really powerfully connect more authentically with others around you. All right. And it's going to be really interesting to see how much of this develops for the most part. Cancer, Cancer moon, Cancer rising, we have the Death card for you. So this transit is going to transform a lot about your situation that you may not necessarily be the most ready for, but it's still going to be ultimately positive for you. All right. So embrace this transformation. This is going to be deep, but it's going, I don't think this is going to hurt in any sense for you. It's just going to be a lot more rewarding in a certain sense, if anything. Leo, Leo moon, Leo rising. We do have the Eight of Cups. You might have to seek deeper meaning. If you're walking away from any connections or from any projects, you may come back to it. If anything, you may be walking towards another individual for guidance. This has a lot to do with seeking deeper meaning within your soul, within yourself, so that you can really come and go to everything you ever wanted, okay? You may have to walk away temporary period though. Virgo rising. I have the Eight of Cups for you too, but Virgo moon, Virgo rising. We do have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, so this is going to bring profound evolution. And you're definitely going to be in a position to evolve a lot of your own attitude when it comes to how you connect sensually and sexually with people, but also psychologically. Libra moon, Libra rising. We do have the Strength card. So Libra, you're definitely super sexy. I might need to link up with a Libra. But anyway, this is saying to fully bring on the sauce, like fully bring like and a lot of you Libras are hot. A lot of you Libras are sexually fit. You're just mad sexy. And so it's like bring that sauce. You know you're seductive. Venus just went through your sign. So you can just pull like this and you just do that. If anything, it's saying to this is a highly sexual card. So bring that sexuality. Just ooze it and really see how you tap into that inner strength. Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. We have the Devil card. So you definitely gonna be just tempting people. You definitely gonna be tempting the Geminis and the Aries, you know, having sex with them on the low maybe, but you're definitely just gonna be like, I know you want it. Venus is gonna be in your sign with Jupiter. I know you want it. Da-na-na-na. I know you do. La 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 la. I'm swinging my titties and my ass all over you. But if you touch it, I'ma tease you. I know you want this good loving. Because Scorpio, I know 100%, you're not the one getting tempted. That never happened. You're always a tempter. You're not, I don't see you for a second getting tempted at all. I see you just look at temptation just like, please, I can do that better than you. So just know you're going to be attracting an obsessive quality from people, the usual. It's going to be a little bit more than usual. And yeah, you know, be mindful about how you can control, you know. And yeah, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. We have the Sun card. Go on and shine on, my friends. Sag is just going to be out here shining. You know, people be born like, oh my God, oh shit, damn, oh, I can't see. So just shine, Sag. You're just gonna be mad happy. Just be like, you get some love, you get some love. I think this could be tied directly to a wish come true and a new love that just works out really well. But yeah, oh yeah, oh damn. The Sun card is definitely awesome. Time to make them mad till Jan. I see you. I definitely see you. Other than that, Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising. We have the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands, it comes with the Hermit. It has a lot to do with clashes. Honestly, I'm going to got the star for you too. This is saying there's a need to stand out. It's the Five of Wands is a very competitive influence, but it's saying not to take personally any need to compete. This friction is just really here to help you find your place. You don't need to stand out though, because you're on the top of the mountain cap. So this is really, the Five of Wands is kind of sexual tension in a lot of ways. It's not all bad. You just want to find a way to maneuver it. Okay, Capricorn always fighting though. What's up with that? Like dead ass. I feel you. That's interesting. Let me find a better cover for this. But yeah, other than that, just be mindful of a lot of how this energy develops for you, because the Five of Wands can make certain sexually exciting, you know, incidents. Aquarius, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. We have the King of Cups for you. The King of Cups is definitely speaking of you being in a position to not only be compassionate, but just like Taurus got the Knight of Swords, which is more indicating the presence of some Geminian influence. Well, we have for you, Aquarius, this very emotional individual. This could be a Cancer, a Scorpio, a Pisces. So that twin flame video is up, by the way, for y'all who want to see it. But yeah, keep that in mind. This is definitely talking about deep. This is the Scorpio card, so it's deep sexual emotional maturity through this individual. It's definitely going to have you develop your connection with such a king. Okay, Sharon, I feel like this is very accurate to you too, because your divine complement is that King of Cups archetype. Pisces, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. Wow. We have the Eight of Cups. This is the same video that we got for, this is the same card that we got for Leo. So just like Leo Pisces, I see this as an adventure. I don't see this as a bad card. I see this as you seeking deeper meaning in yourself, really finding that purity, really connecting and finding what it is you've been and moving towards. And yes, Sharon, I met Shannon Andrea. Totally interesting coincidence there. But yeah, the card I have for everyone is the Five of the Hierophant. And the Five of Cups, some of you may have to say goodbye to a sort of tradition. There's a traditional way of love that some of you have to sacrifice in order to open up to a more contemporary, modern sense that might not become, some of you, you're going to connect easily with it. Some of you may not be open to polyamory like you think you are, like when you have the opportunity to. And you don't have to. You can be monogamous, but don't necessarily close off opportunities because of that. Because something that starts off unconventional can lead conventionally, okay? So it's something important to keep in mind in that sense too, okay? One moment. I'm going to do the super chat, but before I do the super chat, and I apologize for being distracted, the Uranus and Taurus hack, once again, is to, in some senses, work sexually with your energy and bring yourself close to orgasm, but do not orgasm. The second Uranus and Taurus hack is to really feel the wish you made to Jupiter while Venus is in Scorpio, okay? And to really feel deeply how it feels for this wish to come true and wear that energy, okay? So keep that in mind as well. Whew. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Let's get to the super chat. I am not happy that the Pussycat Dolls are stuck in my head right now. But it is what it is. The last thing that I have to say is for some of you, you're going to connect randomly with someone you probably never expected to connect with and just flow with it. Flow with it. Okay? Appreciate you, Hangmaster 17. I'm gonna give you the first card, Hangmaster 17. The card that I have for you. Interesting. Ooh, y'all aren't playing today. Oh, damn. Y'all are not playing today. Hangmaster 17, the card that I have for you. Denise, I'm not gonna lie, a lot. I want to say maybe at least 50. I didn't count all of them, but I normally look at the tab and it's like more, a little bit more than halfway. I'll be here for maybe another 30 minutes to an hour. But we do have the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, Hangmaster 17. So this is talking about you being on the brink of taking an income stream and pushing it forward with developing your creative talents. This is kind of like opening a BeatStars account and like selling your beats online. And this is really great, saying to keep on doing the work you're doing. Ooh, free to be. Thank you. I needed to hear that. And thank you, Emily. Thank you so much. And it's definitely also talking about you kind of doing good on that work. Okay. And to just keep up the practical work you're doing. Sylvia, quality concentrates. I totally get that. Okay, first of all, we got the sun. So I was gonna say I totally get, yeah, Denise, you can totally submit when I'm gonna go in order of it received. So yeah. Other than that, Sylvia, this is saying that you'll find from now to this full moon in Aries, your connection with your father will be very powerful. So pray, talk to, you don't have to pray, but talk with him, connect with his energy. He may visit you in dreams, give any final messages. The full moon in Aries, he'll be escorted and go back to the spiritual. So be very mindful of the signs. The sun card is saying, especially with this passing, it's like he took negative karma with you from the from the opposite side out of the living. He's purposefully taking any negative karma. It's something that is very common when people pass away. And so you're going to feel a lot of load and pressure lifted off of you, a lot more happiness in your life, and a lot more grandness. We even have the celebration card. So trust me when I say he may have passed, but he is a lot to celebrate for, because he's going to be watching a lot of your successes from beyond the veil. And you're definitely going to gain ability to really cope with this a lot much better. But other than that, things are going to be looking up so much better than they already are now. Chad Taylor, we have the world card. Come and get the success, brother. This is definitely going to open up very powerfully and positively when it comes to not just your success, but also your capacity and your ability to really complete certain lessons you've been learning when it comes to your personal development. It's all coming together now. And it's not just all coming together, but it's definitely allowing you very powerfully to connect authentically with your entire world. Lily 626, we have the Page of Wands and the Sun. You're going to get exciting news that's just going to really inspire you with so much happiness. Especially if you've been down, you're just going to be dancing up and down, joyful. It's going to be a very positive experience to inspire greatness within you, and for great reason as well. So definitely take this energy and make risks and do certain things you may not have been open to do before. Let us live. Hey, Tina, let us live. We have the 10 of Cups. We have some good cards. Let us live. This is talking about bliss. This is talking about entering very ideal soulmate situations with people who really value you. And we're going to see great relationship changes to all the relationships you have currently in your life right now as well. So really enjoy those developments, especially if you've been wanting very blissful soulmate love. It is here for you, my friend. Okay. Oops. So, Mineru Hug, the channeled message that I have for you. The channeled message that I have for you is to embrace transformation, and not just embrace transformation, but to let die in your life what is dying. Because this is going to open up so much greater room for growth in highly positive ways that will not only create greater room for things you've been wanting to manifest, but it's going to be very refreshing, because the general quality of how well you personally kind of shed old habits will influence other people directly as well. So just be prepared to transform. Divine tribal soul, how to resolve your issue. It's interesting. Your issue is already resolved. Your issue is already resolved, especially in the sense where you've done the work. So all you have to do is just let spirit channel it through, and to just show up. Just do whatever changes you can, but just let spirit take care of the rest. As far as how to take care of the divine, we have the Eight of Cups, which is saying to just walk away from it right now. And the Hangman, again, once again, just surrender. So the cards also align a lot with the channeled message. You've done everything you have to do. Just kind of let it go and let it all play out. Okay. Sharon Chong, the card that I have for you. Thank you, Chanel. We have the Lover's card. All right, Sharon Chong, the Lover's card is saying go and get you some. This is definitely the twin flame video. This is really powerfully going to connect you really well with your heart and mind to connect with whoever. All right. Aria, the channel message that I have for you is to multitask. Really be in a position, really be in a position to just kind of stay productive with whatever it is you're doing, and to also, Miss T Patch, age ain't nothing but a number, my friend. It's saying to also not just stay multitasking, but to really balance fun and leisure with your work. It's very important that if it's not balanced and you're working too much, Aria, you have a lot more fun. And if you're having too much fun, which I think you're working a lot more, stay productive, but find a way to make what you do really fun, because it's going to help a lot. Happy early birthday to C. Sierra Wood. We have the Five of Pentacles and the King of Cups. This is really saying that there's a compassionate friend you have that might not be in the best place financially, but this is set to change soon. And you definitely want to connect and listen to this person's guidance. It's also saying that if you need help, this King of Cups can be in a position to help. This is definitely going to help mature vibrations emotionally in positive ways too. Brown Brujito, we have the Three of Pentacles. First of all, I really want to thank you so much for your love and support. I deeply appreciate it a whole lot. Okay, the Three of Pentacles is saying teamwork, especially when it comes to intimacy. You want to think of this intimacy you're developing as chemistry and teamwork, where it's you and this person that is developing this very powerfully. Swirly 77, interestingly enough, I got your cards, Capricorn, Gemini, but it almost looks like you're looking at someone who's down in the dumps, and you're going to be in a position to take someone who's basically at rock bottom and help build them back up. And this is doubly talking about you helping someone else, and also you helping your moon sign build itself back up. So in your inner world, you don't feel so defeated. Empress Daisy, you know I'm going to spill that tea. We have the Four of Swords. So this is talking about rest. It's basically saying get some time to yourself, but also get some time very powerfully to connect very amazingly with your mind and your thoughts, because all this energy is going to come back in ways that make sense. Thank you, Red Bones Honey Pot. David Rosher, how do I manifest 2 to 4 monthly clients within 21 days? Well, this is the card of assured material gain. It's talking about earthly power, and it's talking about saving your finances. So quite interestingly enough, it's very important because this is more so assuming that you have already kind of connected in this sense, right? as opposed to just blindly or openly, wait a minute, nice. As opposed to just blindly or openly kind of stepping into what to do. So in other words, it's saying to keep on doing what you're doing. As long as you keep on doing what you're doing, this is going to very powerfully and accurately get you those clients. But it's also going to work to just kind of, the Sun in Capricorn card is just speaking of greater organizational ability. But I really get the sense to keep doing what you're doing. Shauna's view, should I rekindle a friendship with my old best friend? The Temperance card is saying, yes, it's worth it. It is very worth it. Her intentions are definitely to be reliable. She has some stuff going on in her life that knocked her off balance, but now that she's coming back in balance, she'll be more of herself. Dark Raw Indigo, we have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups. This is saying to be both intellectual, but also artistic, and to really share your feelings, kind of like a Libra with the Pisces moon. Share your feelings, connect with people emotionally, but don't be ruled emotionally. Make the base be mental, to where you know when you're going too far, because this is going to really have you connect with people authentically in an awesome way. She's so city. She's so city. The direction we have is towards your destiny. The general direction of your life is changing course. And you're going to find that the more you connect with what you're meant to do, I love how this just dropped out. These two dropped out, but it was so I could see this. Your destiny is shifting to your highest purpose. So you don't even have to worry about the exact direction. Just follow your heart and destiny, because it's going to align you with what you're truly been wishing for. So this is great. This is really great. Khalil Lewis, the message from Spirit with the Queen of Swords is to be definitely more objective with how you're communicating. Don't appeal to people's emotions. If you have to be blunt and just tell them like it is, totally go for it. Okay, this is going to really help focus things so much better. The twin flame, ooh. Sammy, we have the Queen of Swords. So the twin flame secret for you. Jasmine T, you can look on my YouTube channel. It'll be there. We have the Queen of Pentacles too. So the twin flame secret is to step into your royalty, to step into your worth, to know that you actually are this queen. So you don't have to wait for any man to romance you. You don't have to wait for your twin flame to come and get you. The Queen of Swords pulls men herself. She's like, I like this man. You know what I mean? So like, you have the mental strength to definitely connect in that capacity. Binti, the channeled message about your ex who reached out, it looks like they may need something. There's an urgency with your ex. I get the sense it may not even be more romantic like they may make it seem. It's really just more so to connect with you, to get something from you, all right? Or to move forward with you on something as well. So just keep that in mind. Everyone, there's a secret of transformation that's coming tonight. So pay attention to what Jupiter tells you, because it's going to be very revealing. It's going to be highly revealing. Okay, but you have to be open and focused to catch it. Wait a minute. Oops. So yeah, so that's kind of the message that I have. I don't get the sense that it's anything bad though. I think it's just it could kind of change combo. Brett Dickinson, we have the World card. So Saturn is definitely going to test how well you can handle greater power in your life. All right. With great power comes great responsibility is the message that I'm getting for you, bro. So keep that profoundly in mind, okay, as you move forward. Shauna's view. The channel message is also speaking of teamwork for you too. Make sure you can work with people to make your goals come true. You have certain ideas you want manifested. Find people who can work on it with you. Raisa Wilson, life path towards abundance. We have the Queen of Swords. This is the card of Libra, so it's not a coincidence. I got it with the King of Swords too. You might have to link up with an Aquarius who matches your intellect. It's saying, as far as Cancer or Aries, this is the card of Aquarius. So if they have an Aquarius moon or rising, there you go. But this is you as a Libra. It's saying that you need to have single-minded focus and to take seriously your projects and to don't let minimize distractions, which you're already doing. So just keep it up. Healing our world together. And if you're not doing, make sure you do it. The King of Cups is saying, let go of love, sex to finish book. You are not nuts. Definitely focus on your book, but you don't have to let go of love. The Tower card is saying that unexpectedly, a very whirlwind romance with this King of Cups, very compassionate, emotional man, emotionally mature man, is going to connect with you within this transit. Okay, Shelly Joe Graham. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. This could be a friend or a greater sense of management from you that's going to increase your income. White Cascade. We have the Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. This is saying to really put your heart on your sleeve and to connect artistically with your heart. And this is going to bring great luck and fortune. If there's anyone you're romantically attracted to, there's going to be luck if you seductively, intimately engage with them. Darlene, should I buy a new home now? The Two of Cups is a yes card, but this is actually tied more to romance and unconditional love than a home. You may actually connect romantically with someone and buy a new home in the context of a relationship, or this is saying to work some partnership out where you buy a home with someone, interestingly enough. But the Empress is saying there's a lot of abundance coming. So even if you do this alone, it is a good move, okay? KB is a Scorpio. I wonder what Spirit has in store for me. We do have the Marriage card, but for love, Spirit is saying that you need to kind of, I think there's a traditional way of romance that is not working out and you're disappointed by. And you have to be willing to embrace some unconventional themes. This doesn't apply if you're not really traditional at all, but you may not get married in the traditional sense. You may pick up on that. It's going to be something different. And you want to be okay with that because Spirit has in store something way better than you. It's different, but way better. Okay. Kristen, we have the Death card, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Sun, as well as the Four of Wands. So you may end a job or you're transforming a job. The work you're doing is changing. And whatever changes occur is going to lead to greater happiness, is going to lead to greater results. So be okay with whatever ends, okay? Nicole Razy, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. I get the sense that you may connect with someone who's not so well off, or it's saying if you're feeling alienated or not a lot of money, this is about to change. Like you're about to go from before to after. Not rags to riches, but it's like you're going to feel less alienated. You're going to definitely feel a part of the vibe tribe, okay? Nika, upgraded car with a beautiful angel passenger. The world wants to give you power, Nika, all right? Got you, Master. The world wants to give you power and money. So the advice here is to just be the boss you know that you are, and to be, all right, peace out, Hangmaster. Be the boss you know that you are, and be willing to step into more money because you've worked really hard. So this is going to come through. Just keep that discipline. That's the only advice. Whatever card. Okay, Sharon, Reverend Sharon Shaw, thank you so much. With the Libra Moon. Not even surprised. You're on it. Like the work you're doing is so important. The Sun and the Magician card are giving you all their power. Mercury and the Sun are saying, whatever do you need? Because you have all the tools and you have all the enlightenment. And these celestial beings want to give you and it makes sense. Like Aquariuses are getting hooked up, but like it's even different than that. They want to hook you up with all the illumination. So know you're fully supported. You want to really go 100% with the messages you're sharing because it's going to be enlightening and super magical. This is victory all around, Reverend Sharon. This is amazing. It has a lot to do with your brand too. And stay tuned because you may see videos by Merging Spirit on this channel. She's totally amazing. So be on the lookout. Donna Rollins, what does Spirit want me to know? Spirit wants you to know you finna get rich. I have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. If you're investing in any new income streams from an already financial independent stance, it's going to be very successful. Go and get that money, okay? Be willing to invest in real estate. Be willing to invest in new income streams. If you get a gift, it's going to be awesome. Stephanie Gwynn, we have the Chariot. There's victory here. But when it comes to love, Stephanie, this has a lot to do with showing self-love. Because you're going to be focusing on yourself, taking yourself out, this is going to attract a lot of potential suitors who are like, oh, you got the hot stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely about taking control, and this is really good. Okay, Kimberly Hayes, does the Libra fit like me or not? We have the Ace of Wands. This is 100% a capital yes. Yes, the Libra does not only like you, they think you hot. So put that in your advantage. You want to strike while hot, and it's okay to be forward. Okay, Joseph, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Leo. Okay. So we have the Magician. This is the one for you. The Magician has everything to do with the most compatible soulmate, as well as amazing chemistry and amazing compatibility. And Leos are sexy as hell. Like, I'm not even surprised. Like, Leo, men and women, is mad sexy. So they're really cool. The Tower is coming here to say this is coming with a whirlwind-esque romance, but it's going to heat up. So be mindful of any unexpected changes based on how well you apply this energy. But yeah, Heidi, is an ex going to reach out to me? Multiple. I don't think the question is if they will, it's when they will. The Queen of Cups is saying to stay focused in your feelings because there's so much great psychic empathy that you're going to really share with other people. And hey, maybe this is your ex right here, the King of Cups. So don't necessarily turn your ex down, but don't entertain your ex either. They have something that they need to share with you. But yeah, this is saying to focus more on your internal feelings because this is what's going to manifest more greater in terms of extra love. Rachel, message for love and location. Love, we have Queen of Pentacles. Location, we have Ace of Pentacles. So this is talking about money. The cards are like, screw love and location. You get rich. No, but but for love, it's saying for the Queen, your grounded wisdom is going to attract the right partner. And it's just saying to keep being you, keep being mature in a sense. But I get the sense the overall arc of this is to accept a new income stream, a new job opportunity. It's going to be just for you. You're going to know how to manage these funds, especially if you're starting something new in that sense too. Kay Martin, we have the Page of Cups. Love you too. You're opening and awakening a new love in your heart. Accept it. Open it. It's coming with the world. This could be a new romance, a new partner and a new lover. This could be a new gift from your heart and a new intuition. So definitely it's okay to feel infatuated. Don't try and control these feelings. Sharon Andre are too much. What can you tell me is showing with this Venus and Scorpio transit? Okay. Oh, I didn't know you were Taurus. I forgot you're Taurus. Sharon, oh, what's up? So Sharon Andrea, when I pulled this for Aquarius, you were the first person I thought of because I know that your divine complement is a Cancer. And so even though this is a Scorpio card, I instantly thought of you and him. And so I got this for you again. So he's going to be very, very instrumental in this. And coming with the Fool, there's a new phase with him. Maybe he might be single. Maybe he might even connect with another King of Cups. If this isn't talking about a new one, but if this is your divine complement, there's a new phase that I think will be positive with him this time. Not to say that it wasn't before, but I think it's not a coincidence at all and you had a feeling we were going to pull it again too, which is amazing. So this is a really good sign, if anything. Jasmine T, we have the King of Cups for you too, but also the Hermit. So this is saying that I think you're going to be getting to know this King of Cups more so personally, more so in your own personal time. It's saying to really go within to understand deeper feelings, which you'll have greater rationale for later. Gladiator in sweats. Thank you for tuning in. Definitely going to link up soon. I know you're in Vegas. The card that we have is the Magician. Okay? The Magician is saying that you represent this. You are the one. You are the one that some lucky person is looking for. You have every single resource you need. You have all the elements. You are avataring it out here. And it's very important because you want to really take that awareness and know whatever you want to manifest, as above, so below. It's currently happening. So be in a position to take your skills and believe in your magic, which I feel is a message for you. Believe in your magic. Emily Gear, Red Hound Reiki. We have the Death card. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Chariot. And we also have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is saying that whatever transformations you've recently done, stick with it. Whatever you're doing for your work, you're going to come into greater financial independence. You just need to carry that momentum. Keep doing what you're doing and give it a little bit of patience. Not that much of patience, because the Seven of Pentacles coming with the Chariot is talking about victory for a battle long fought that you have definitely been moving towards a lot. And it's paying off. Okay, this is based off of endings and transformations. We are still doing super chat. Moonbay, what do I need to know about combating dark forces? They can suck a dick. I literally just got the Ten of Swords. Fuck those dark forces. It's so interesting. Moonbay, I instantly with this got the sense that the dark forces are getting at your twin. This is a Sun and Gemini card. And you may have to pick him up. You may have to give a pick me up because I see you as the Page of Cups. And you have the Virgo rising, I guess, which could be the Queen of Pentacles. And it's almost as if while they're down, it's like you're picking them up. And combating dark forces, I get the sense that these are the dark forces too, not just like outside of your twin. Like the dark forces are really just like this energy. Like they're done. Like you don't even need to combat their lame asses. Like you've been clapping back. The thing is, dark forces are deceptive. So when you clap back, they make it sound like it's not doing anything, but you've been putting in that work. So the Page of Cups is saying, I think you're going to give someone a pick me up. I think you're going to really rejuvenate someone's spirit with your love. David Rosher, action steps. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm not getting how, David, but we got the Four of Pentacles and we got the Nine of Pentacles. It's saying that your discipline is going to make you more financially independent than you expect. So keep doing what you're doing because this is going to be very positive. Leslie, thank you for the generous donation. We have the Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. You following your intuition and trusting in your feelings will help you connect to your destiny, kind of like you had a North Node in Cancer or Scorpio or Pisces or a South Node, and you're going to be in a position to really evolve and expand your situation. We also have the Two of Pentacles, and it came with the Wheel of Fortune again. So you're going through a very lucky destiny shifting transit, and take risks. Trust your instincts as you're hands-on with the work you're doing, because you can really open up new income streams that really shift the tides positively. Nancy, the channeled message is to really put yourself out there. You're a very amazing catch, Nancy. And it's like certain people may not know how to interact with your energy because you're not really like most others in a good way. I even have the Magician and the Two of Cups. So you're going to connect with your most compatible soulmate soon. It's going to be very magical. There's great chemistry here. And you want to put yourself out there. Just talk to people. Not even with the intention to get with them romantically. Just utilizing this Libra season energy to network is going to help you very positive. Okay. Lisa, will I be successful with the project I'm passionate about? We have the King of Cups and a Judgment. So first of all, yes. I love how I always pull positive cards for you. This is more so saying, considering that project, it's going to have a lot to do with your willingness to almost expose or open up the connection with this king. I think this king will kind of help you awaken a lot to your highest purpose. My bad. Lisa, this is also saying the project you do will align you to your highest purpose. So yes, it's going to be very successful. Gaby Marino, we have the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. This is one of the best that we've gotten. If you're not in a relationship, you're about to get in a relationship with someone that you'll be with forever. If you're in a current relationship, you're gonna have grandchildren with this person. So congratulations, congratulations. This is about true mutual love. And you commented nothing but hearts. So this is amazing. Okay. Awesome. Bam. Okay. Who should I seduce during this transit? Says Claire Underwood. We have the Death card and we have the Empress. So everybody. And what I mean by this is the Death and the Empress is saying you're transforming your inner sense of beauty. You're transforming your seductive quality. Empress is heavy on beauty products. It's heavy on just beauty and gratitude and unconditional love. So you adding a deeper sexual sense by transforming elements, you're going to be seducing a lot of people just by focusing on yourself in this aspect and coming into more abundance, especially because there are going to be so many people who are very attracted to that and will be seduced by it. Mercedes, what sign is the person I meet and where? You want to get direct with it. Okay, so there's Gemini, but I also pulled Aries. Okay, so the Ace of Cups is a new lover. You may not know this person. If they're not Gemini, they're Aries, Moon, Sun, or Rising. And Ace of Cups does not tell me where. It doesn't tell me when, but it does tell me that they're new. Now, I'm saying you're not going to meet this person before the transit's over. The Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups is fresh, so it's soon. I want to say by October, if anything. All right, Sarah Rose, gratitude to you as well. We have the Death card, Sarah. You want to embrace this transformation and maybe a weird psychic transformation, but just allow what is ending you to end quite gracefully. Okay. This is going to be very powerful, transformative quality that will bring out the deeper psychic energy within you because the blockages are going to die that were attached to your ego. Inspirational touch. All right. Um, we have the Page of Cups, accept new love. I think you might be indecisive. I think your heart is wanting you to open to new love, but you're being a bit too logical. And that's totally fine. Just let go and just open to love. It's okay if you feel like a little kid again. You don't have to control it. All right. Sean McDougall from Inspirational Touch. We have the Six of Wands, which is definitely talking about success here with the Ten of Pentacles. Any recent projects that have you actually coming into great recognition and admiration is actually going to lead to a lot of money. Okay. And a greater sense of passive income and wealth. Sharon R. Green, thank you so much for connecting. You're amazing. We do have the Eight of Cups and we do have the Five of Cups. So Sharon, it's funny you did 244. I think you and a twin flame are both mutually going through depression and it's leading you to each other. I think you're seeking deeper meaning, whereas this person is revisiting old wounds. And with that collective negativity, you're both going to connect very positively. You see how on the top, it's the Five of Cups, but under it, it's the Star. There's great healing for both of you here. On the top, it's the Eight of Cups. I cannot make this up. And on the bottom, it's the Six of Wands. So this is going to start off as something negative, but it's going to end very positively because you're processing a lot of this energy through this. Evelyn A., thank you so much for the generous donation and or tip. We do have the Temperance card, the Seven of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Hermit, as well as the Lovers. So you're definitely over the next 2 months, if not 2 weeks, there's several people who may catch your interest. There's a competitive sense of trying to catch someone's attention, but it's really more so you stepping into your inner sexy. The Page of Wands here is important because even though you may see a myriad of options, this is just meant to show you who you connect with on a chemistry level. After you go through that kind of notion of having to deal with different people, you're going to connect with more of a recluse, because the Hermit Lovers is talking about a love connection with someone who you both connect privately with. And the Temperance card is talking a lot about balancing your lifestyles together so that they're compatible in that sense. So keep that very profoundly in mind, because this is going to very powerfully allow you to connect with someone who you have great chemistry with. But it's going to start off as a friendship maybe at first before it gets more deep. AZ, but this is great because the last card we got was the Lovers, so you're definitely coming into love. The Hermit is Virgo, so it could be before the season is over. AZ, we do have the Four of Pentacles for you, so you're saucy, but you're about to be more rich as well. And this is definitely going to open up unexpected windfalls of income. Robert Glenius, how to own my desire in a healthy way. The King of Cups is the answer to this question. Whether you need to meet a Scorpio who's healthy in this or not, it's saying to master your own emotions, sit with your feelings, sit with your desire, and don't necessarily get obsessive over it. You're already doing this. So it's just saying to connect with the Scorpio part of yourself. And as you refine this is going to attract the most soothing, connection. Shout out to Coach Kair. Brother, I don't know why I have not had you on a peace talk. So y'all stay tuned. I'm going to be featuring Coach Kair very soon. He's going to have a peace talk episode. That's the brother. Every time he calls me, I know I have to stop what I'm doing because he's about to drop gems. So you go see him on a peace talk soon. He's the real deal. He is amazing. And appreciate you for stopping by, man. Bell Tangy, the card that I have for you is the Strength card. The Strength card is definitely talking about you. Your love is long distance. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that there could be changes to change that. And you'll have opportunities to travel and see each other. But the Strength card is definitely speaking of you stepping into your inner power, your sexuality. We see the Ace of Cups. So there's a really, really great development here that are coming, okay? And it's going to really show you how your charisma lights up, energies. Coach Kair, I'm gonna pull a card for you as well. We have the Strength card for you as well, and the Ace of Swords. So there's an epiphany when it comes to exerting yourself charismatically and connecting with this very sexy woman who's going to come into a lot of truth from you. Denise Deschelle, love life for the rest of the year. We have the Lovers card and the Whoa, Denise, come on down. Come on down. This card combination specifically talks of, okay, a soothing season of the soulmate. So the love life for the rest of the year is going to be so soothing, where you're just feeling like, woo, amen. Like, yes, this love feels so good. It is just when you get to relax with true love and you just feel like it couldn't be any better. So you deserve it, Denise. That's for the rest of the year. Congratulations. Especially if you haven't met this person yet, they come and call them in, call in that soulmate. And go out and get manifest. Call it and go out and manifest it. Raven 33 Able, what messages do you have? The strength card is saying to tap into your inner strength and inner sexy, because you got it. I just see energy around you and people breaking their necks, especially if you don't feel that confident. You got it. You got it, hon. So definitely move forward. Denise, if you have a crush, go and tell them that you have a crush on them and try and pull them. Don't wait for them to make the first move, because this could be it. This could be your crush, and it could be something very positive. Okay. One moment, guys. Have you here just together? Oh my God. All right. T fam, what do I need to know about my love? Okay. Tamika Williams, go impress Jimmy right now. Be a Scorpio, Tamika. Get the knife and be like, do you have feelings or are you playing? And see what he said. T fam, we have the death and we have the hierophant. So when it comes to your love, you have to transform a traditional approach you have. There's something that your parents did when it comes to love. There's something that your grandparents have done when it comes to love. Shout out to Frank Castle in the building, that you need to end. Like, it doesn't apply to you. And until you get away from the shadow of that tradition, it's going to get in the way of your love life. So be mindful of that. Something has to transform. It doesn't have to, it either has to transform or end about the way you connect. Natasha G11, we have the Sun card. The Sun card is talking about embrace happiness. There's going to be, over the next 2 weeks, so much enlightenment and happiness. Shout out to Luna Ash, who said the new earth is here. That's amazing. Embrace this happiness, Natasha. This is going to wash over you and come through you. Sandy Lancaster, we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a message of truth that comes in, and this message is going to lead into increased financial income. So be willing to save your money and multitask, okay? And don't mind the serious energy of the Knight who comes in. They have nervous energy. Parita Patel, can I trust a certain person in my life? Is she worth making the time and effort for? Now, what Justice says is you might want to test them. Justice is saying you can trust them, but you have to make sure they're held accountable. The Justice card comes where you have to make a decision logically, but the High Priestess is saying trust your intuition. Justice is saying, are they treating you fairly? If they're treating you fairly, this is definitely going to be an open door to where you can. And the High Priestess is saying you'll find intuitively how they reveal. So they're worth making time and effort for, but make sure they're being fair before you move forward, okay? And you could just do a solid test. King D, okay? The card that I have for you is yes. Concerning your ex, they will be coming back, okay? I have the 5 of Cups, so I don't know if you'll get back with them, but the Magician card is specifically talking about hearing from someone. If you're wanting to hear from someone, your ex will unblock you. Now, the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Swords is saying that they may still argue with you. So you're going to have to fully confront what got you blocked in the first place or what made her your ex. But you can totally rest assured that she will be coming back. I think she's going to open up about that, so you kind of deal with that. Amanda Jackson, should I stop talking to the Taurus fully? The 3 of Cups and the 8 of Cups is saying work it out with him. Try and team up with the Taurus to compromise. If the Taurus refuses to work as a team, walk away. But if they are willing to compromise, then stay. Beltangi, I pulled the Strength card for you. So it's a little bit before. I pulled your card before Robert. I pulled your card before Denise and after Robert. Okay, but I got the strength for you. Alexis Williams, the love reading that we have for you is the Tower card and the Five of Wands. So the whirlwind romance is in the works. You may find yourself clashing perhaps with certain people. Don't take what you see on the surface too seriously. Surrender to what your intuition tells you. Honestly, with the Tower and the Five of Wands, it looks messy. We do have the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune. So basically, you're better off focusing on yourself. You have a lot of victories, self-proclaimed victories to make. Once you focus on yourself in that capacity, this is going to have you stand out, and it's going to attract all the right partners to you. And you're going to be in a position where you're choosing whoever competes over you the best. So the way to do this is to just focus on yourself, and it'll come. Kayla G, you will make it happen. The message Spirit has for you is to just relax. You're going to connect with your home and your community so much stronger. So there's a lot of celebration for you, especially if you felt alienated before. There are people out there who really love you, okay? Melissa, and you're going to feel that. Melissa Evans, the message we have for love and or money, we have the Five of Swords. Someone who may feel, Denise DeShell. Denise DeShell, we got the Lovers and the Four of Swords. The Lovers and the Four of Swords together is a sublime season of the soulmate, okay? Where love just feels so good. Melissa Evans, we have the Five of Swords, but for money, we also have the Fool. So it's like an argument that you might have to have before there's a new chapter. Or someone who seems to have a scattered mind, they just have a lot of Uranian energy. So they're actually pretty open-minded. They're just going through some difficulty right now. Try not to take it personally. You want to be open-minded instead of confrontive. SSS, any new love coming my way? We have the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So it may not be new. There is some joy, but you have to get through any feeling of lack. If you feel not worth it, never mind, we have the Star. So I don't sense that it's new love, but there is exciting love for you. It could be with someone you already know, but the Star card is saying that it's someone you would probably wish to be with. So they're very influential. Keep that in mind. Rosa de la Paz, the channeled message that I have for you is that the current burden that you have is not for nothing. If you found that you've picked up a lot of responsibility and you're doing a lot more work than you want to do, it's not for nothing. Totally just don't necessarily just cope with it, but it's totally worth it, okay? And stand up for it. As you get through it, you're going to come into a lot of success that no one else can really give you but you. Nicole, advice for I Am the Soul Whisperers Challenge. The Queen of Swords is saying to approach this very objectively and to not let your emotions influence your decisions. You want to let your strong, clear mental focus allow you to make the proper, swift decisions, and this clear mind will be amazing, okay? KB Shang, we have the World card. With great power comes great responsibility. Anyone I pull the World card for, Saturn is giving you immense power. It's going to give you immense authority that you're going to have to defend and stand up for, because people are going to want that spot. So keep that in mind. It's saying to just stay perseverant and to stand up for your right as well. Annie Liu, we have the Four of Wands. So the rest of the year, this is going to be awesome. The Four of Wands, when it comes to love, is moving in with a lover, or perhaps, connecting with someone in a reunion type of way. But your love life is going to be fun, festive, and you're going to be partying. Toisha Powell, should I go back to X or go forward? Now, you always want to go forward. But interestingly enough, we have the Knight of Cups and the Star. The Knight of Cups and the Star is a very amazing encounter with probably someone famous. And it's funny coming with the Knight of Cups because this is idealized romance here. So honestly, this is a no card. I get the sense you should go forward. And if you go forward, there'd probably be someone better than your ex. way better, especially with the star card here. That is just going to really make this quite interesting. Mini LSC, what's in, but you can go for it, and it could be your ex that you reunite with, but yeah, definitely go for it. My mini LSC, what's in store? I get the sense, Toyisha, you know who that star card is. So it's saying to make that move, like it's totally a go. What's in store for my love life and financial status? I feel something coming great. We do have the 5 of Cups and the King of Cups. So I get the sense that you're either dealing with someone who is still stuck on you, or you're kind of getting through any disappointments. After you get through this disappointment, this king is waiting for you. Okay, let me pull some more for your financial status, because something great is coming, by the way. Thank you, Lena. I'm so glad I could help. For financial, we have the Page of Pentacles, and it's coming with the 2 of Swords, which is saying that you just want to keep doing what you're doing. The work on your health, you're on the brink to breaking through to something really great and financial, but you don't want to make too much emotionally ruled decisions. So you're right that you feel something great coming. Something great indeed is coming. You just want to really get through what you're currently processing. Okay. For those of you who aren't able to donate, but you're asking for cards, I got y'all. Okay. I won't do it specifically, but the cards that I got for y'all is the High Priestess, Trust Your Intuition, and the Page of Wands. You're going to get revealed something. You're going to get revealed a secret with this Moon and Jupiter that's going to really tap you into your power. There's a secret about how to activate your supernatural power tonight and tomorrow that you're going to come into. This applies to everyone who wants a card. And this is something that you really want to open up to, especially tonight, okay? So keep that in mind. Y'all are amazing. Thank you guys for staying tuned, for showing love, all right? And until next time,